Welcome to the 2023 40 for 40 race for the. And I got my hair ready. What's up, Howard Coselish?
Not much today, Mr. Greg. Sorry, that was very poor imitation.
Are you going to keep that up for 3 hours?
No, I cannot, because I will. I don't know. I probably would lose my mind doing that. But yeah, welcome everybody to this year's edition of the 40 for 40 race for the.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And we are having a little bit of difficulties here on Facebook, but I'm going to be working to make that work now. So hold on tight here, y'all. But first and foremost, Doug, good morning. We usually see each other at evening. We usually have drinks. So the traditional thing would be to ask, what's in your glass? I'll answer that question first. I got a healthy big mug here of water. We need to set the tone here, Doug. And the tone is hydration. We got people out running. It's going to be hot. We've heard some reports of rain some places. So it's going to be crazy. So get your water. And Doug, what do you have?
Well, I'm still in my nice little decaf coffee mode. So I do take sugar and milk in it. So I'm not a purist, apparently. But I'll be switching to water after this. But yeah, hydration is key, folks.
Yes, it is. And so before we really jump into anything, it looks like all of the streams are ready to roll here. We got Berto ready to run here. But I think we should at least introduce most of our charities. I don't think everything's covered here because we had some late arrivals. But I want to show our everybody what we're here for and what we're trying to support. You are able to support any of these if y'all want. Y'all are able to pick a charity and just donate to them. Y'all are able to pick the racer, whose charity that is being represented. So all kinds of ways here, y'all. We really would love your support and for all these great charities. So here you go. I'm gonna stop talking and we'll see y'all in a little bit on the flip side. All right. They can't. I'm getting a message that y'all can't hear us. Is that true?
I don't know if anybody's. All right. Well, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I can hear you fine. So
we'll just talk to each other.
Yeah, it'll be like a mime session for the entire time.
All right. Well, so those are our charities, y'all. We will be able to get in depth with them a little bit more as each person runs, and hopefully they can speak to why the charity is important to them. But as you can see, we have a really good range of charities represented. I think maybe better than last year or not. Either way, good money is going to good causes. So we are proud of that here at the 40 for 40 race for them. And that being said, Doug, I think we should jump on and see if Roberto's ready, and it doesn't look like he's ready. So I'm gonna do a little stage direction here, which we're gonna have to do all day. And Doug, so do you, until Berto gets ready here, because he's on location, now I see him walking around. So let's try to see if we can get him on and see what's going on.
Sure, let's do that.
Because he's on location. And then after that, we'll get to you and what you did.
Yeah, what I did is a good way to phrase it. What did you do, Doug?
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, that was something else. And You've surprised us in a pleasant way both years. This year's a little bit different than last year, and
Yeah.
that's the great part about it. So let's see what's going on here with Roberto. Hello, can y'all hear us? You are on. Yes.
Hello.
Oh wait, is that Lauren?
Yeah, and I can't hear her.
We can't
You guys hear us?
you.
Can you hear us? Shake your head yes if you can hear us.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear? No.
No,
I don't think it's us. I think it's just on the connection there. So
you can't hear. Berto, what's up with that phone of yours?
Yeah.
What do you got? Cricket or something? Or
yeah.
All right, Doug. So we have a few here already, a few races already raced, y'all. So until Roberto gets his stuff ready, he was supposed to be first out of the gate. We will move on to our recorded ones. And first and foremost, Doug, we'll start with you, buddy. So before we get to your run, please tell us about your charity, and I'll put it up here real quick. About who your charity is, and why it's important to you.
Okay, so my charity is basically for Leanne Wong, who was on the show once with us, who's kind enough to join us, for the staff of her one restaurant, the Papaya, I'm mispronouncing that, and Pioneer Lahaina. Those were the staff, 90% of her staff lost everything in the fires in Maui. So that is something that I want to support because, people lost everything. And,
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt you. So not only was the restaurant lost, you're saying that the people's houses that worked at the restaurant were decimated too.
Yep, that's the whole thing. Is like the restaurant has insurance and all that stuff, so they'll be okay. This is strictly for the staff. The staff who lost, like she said, 90% of her staff lost everything in fires. That's a significant amount of people to lose everything. So that's why I'm supporting that.
On top of the way they put food on the table is taken away too. So it's a double kind of, you know what I mean? That's why I wanted to make sure what you said, and so that it resonates with our audience.
Yep.
So it's not just, you know what I mean? And there's workman's compensation and all that stuff, that could maybe kick in. But when you don't have a place to live, I mean, so here you go, y'all. These are all, respectfully, I mean, I don't know if respectfully is a word, but they're all American people. They're all just like us. They just happen to live in a nice, nice area in Hawaii. But at the same time, that's really tragic. And I'm glad that you are. Leanne is a former guest that you booked for us. She is. Give us a little bit real quick. A little bit background on Leanne.
Leanne is a very accomplished chef, for one. For two, I think she either won or finished second in the first season of Top Chef, and then went on to produce multiple seasons of Top Chef after that. When I booked her, I just booked her because I always thought she was an interesting person, and she would be on things like Chopped and things like Judging It. And then she was able to compete on Tournament of Champions, which is a new thing on the Food Network. So we caught her at a time. I didn't even know she was on that. So she was gracious enough to come on for us, but she's a very accomplished chef. She's worked through like TV and stuff like that. So I also see a message there from Berto that
we're good. No worries.
Okay.
I saw it. I just wanted you to finish what you're saying, and then we'll get back to your race. We'll get back to your run in a second here. Obviously, Berto needs to take priority because he's live. So
we have you from the waist. Oh, we got you a little bit below. Hey,
we're here. You're live.
Hello. Let's see if I can hear you while we're talking. You can hear me this time?
Yes, we can.
We can.
Hi. So are we kicking? We're here live in Berkeley in the East Bay. I'm Lauren, sideline correspondent, but also mascot-esque Tony the Tiger, because it's going to be great. Are we prepared to start now with a run?
Let's go. Let's bring in Andy, talk about his charity, get to know him a little bit.
Yeah, hey, everybody, Andy Kleiber. I'm raising money for Ride for a Reason. It's a charity I've been involved with for over 10 years. They raise money for schools in Oakland and Alameda. The money goes directly to the PTSAs, and their big event is a ride to Sacramento, bike ride 109 miles.
Oh my
It's
God.
every spring. It's a lot of fun, and they do great work. So, yep. Good luck, everybody. Don't get hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent.
Charity.
I
Nice to
do-
meet you, Andy.
Nice to
Quick
meet you, Andy.
question for Andy.
Yeah.
What have you done early this morning to prepare for right this moment?
I had coffee and a smoothie. So, yeah.
Is that breakfast of champions before the run?
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. See how the results. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That's fair. You have nutrition in you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fueled and ready to go.
Are we warmed up and ready? Because nobody wants to stretch or pull a muscle. Everybody stretch.
That's
Are
right.
you ready?
I have stretched. I've done some strides. So, yeah, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I'm not doing anything else. We don't want to get hurt in the warm-up. Got to make
Yep,
this.
true.
All right. So we're going to have Andy head to the start line.
I'm ready.
Down
All right.
the start line.
Head to the start line. We're
Do
going
you
to
have
get set up
Do you
here.
have the?
Let me give you
There's a
stop.
timer thing is happening here, and we're going to just go
I got
for our potentially first run of the day.
Question?
It is the first run of the day. So, yeah.
It's the first run of the day. It's totally fine. You're just setting the bar and tone, but it's going to be great.
Can
It's
I do
great.
a redo if it's not good?
No
Uh,
pressure.
Do we have
Just going one and done?
no mulligans in the 40 for 40 race?
If you fall,
That's why filming is a little better for me.
This is
But-
true. You get a second try. There is a choice there if you do the redo in the pre-doing. Yeah, stay on him. Okay.
You mark. Get set. Go.
That was fast, baby.
Yes.
Pleasing. 5.86 seconds.
Ooh.
Woo! Setting the bar high.
5.86.
Setting the bar high.
Andy, come on this way. Come on over.
Nice
Let's
job,
do
Andy.
second. Ooh, yeah, got it. You quick, hold it. Get this. I know it was a lot of work. How's that coffee and smoothie doing?
Good.
Coffee and smoothie staying
Feel
great.
great. Feel great. Yeah.
All right, so you have set the tone for the day.
Okay.
We have you at 5.86.
All right.
Wow. Nice job.
How does this feel?
Wow.
Feels great. You know,
Wow.
beautiful day.
Wow.
I'm here with some beautiful people. Thank you, Roberto, for setting this all up. And yeah, glad I could be here. Have fun, everybody.
Thanks again,
Excellent.
Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
Andy,
I'm gonna let
will you stay and time me?
Oh, I definitely will.
All right.
I will say
We'll let
time, cheer, whatever it takes.
And we're
I'm
gonna
here
let you
for the duration.
take a moment and catch your breath, but you don't have to talk or do anything while you time, so that's cool.
Okay, good.
Do we
Is
want to
Andy
right into the
ready?
second
Let's
run?
keep going.
Let's keep it rolling.
There's no reason to stop now.
There's no reason to say. We're just keep the momentum going. Yes,
Bingo.
That's what we're.
we're
It's good
this is
running.
why you're
Simple
here.
minds
This
think
is why we're
alike,
here. It's early.
I met Simple Minds.
We're
Oh, no shit.
going to continue with the second run of the day. You're gonna grab a moment and some timers, and we have Roberta. Would you like to tell us a little bit about you?
The returning champ.
The returning champ,
The
one
returning
of the,
champion.
founding members.
Right.
What can you tell us about your charity that you're running for today and defending champion style things?
Absolutely. First of all, oh yeah. But second, so the charity is Whole Women's Health, and they are a women's health clinic that provides lots of services, including abortion services. And they were forced to relocate from Texas to New Mexico due to legislative things that happened over the last couple years. But they moved sort of right across the border so that they could still continue to provide services to people in Texas who need them. So that's the charity. Last year when I ran for them, it was to fund the move, and now it's just for like ongoing operations.
Excellent. Lots of great charities today. Don't forget you can still donate. Keep doing that, folks.
See the link at the bottom, folks.
Link at
Down
the
there.
bottom. And if you think that I can beat Andy, put your money on me. Maybe you'll win something for your charity. If you think I can't beat Andy, you know his time. Put your money on him, and maybe you can win some money for your charity if Andy wins.
Wait, you can start betting after it's already started. This is
Absolutely,
This
we're going
is
to take
true.
all the
Till
charity
it's
money
done.
we can.
This
Yes, Andy, that's how it works.
Yeah, I like.
We're not regulated by any sort of authorities
That's
or
obvious.
anything. The only thing that we promise is all the money goes to charity. That's our one promise. Whether or not you're betting after the fact, that we're not going to look too
Don't
deep
care.
into that.
We flat out don't care.
I mean, like,
I like
honestly,
it.
we're like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I like how Roberto just made it sound. Just me and Andy are the ones you can bet on. Like,
Right.
We're the ones running right now. If
I
people
know,
want to
I
bet
know.
on you, Doug, they can do that also. But
Not wrong.
right now it's my time. I'm with Lauren.
that's
I'm
fair.
with Pikachu
Fair.
Tiger gal.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're here.
you're sitting in a studio in the flyover states
I'm not.
drinking coffee.
I am. in
Not had
the
any
flyover
coffee
state.
yet.
It is.
So rude.
Okay.
So
Rude.
rude.
So I do have a question because you ran last year. Out of curiosity, did you do anything different in preparation this year compared to last year?
Yes. This year I declined to train at all. Been drinking more. My diet's gotten a little better, but I haven't really probably been drinking as much water. But I am on a regular sleep cycle.
Okay.
So I'm probably heavier than I've ever been in my life, and in absolutely the worst shape I think I've been in at least my adulthood.
All right. Well, you know what? I think really setting yourself up for some success here today, and to some degree, like, don't mess with what worked before. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean last year I was running quite a bit, and but the sleep
little
thing,
bit.
I think the sleep thing is going to be good.
Sleep is very important. Also hydration. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
However,
No.
it as a defending champ, it is up to you to challenge yourself. So
I do.
commend you on making it a little bit more hard this year.
Yeah, I really went with like the Great White Hype approach to this. I don't know if anyone remembers that movie.
I remember that movie.
But basically,
The Woody Harrelson approach.
exactly. I just declined to take it seriously. That was my whole thing. So I'm the Samuel L. Jackson actually in this scenario. So we'll see how that goes.
You're not swearing enough.
Mhm. I was gonna say.
You're not
All right,
swearing.
well-
You're not swearing enough.
I was gonna say, motherfucker. What?
Well, my 12-year-old's the camera person, so I'm dialing it down on the swearing. Also, I don't want to get the R rating on YouTube. I want to keep
Okay,
this.
fair point. Fair
I
point.
want people to be able to watch this at work.
too late.
Perfect.
Yes.
And producer down. Okay, so
Yeah,
What
you
a-
can.
starting
What
line,
about second breakfast? That is an answer is yes.
loose,
Yes, you can.
and we're
What about a
gonna
second breakfast?
make sure that Andy's ready with timing, and you're gonna yell for starting. And we're gonna wait for some innocent passerby,
No, there's
and we can be
Come on, move it along. Those people.
Hello. I'm back, I guess.
No,
we're
you're
gonna-
not.
Don't they know this is a speed thing? Get moving.
How are things in the studio since we've missed while we B-roll this lane? What have I missed in the studio? How's it going so far in the studio?
Tensions are high.
Tensions are hot. It's palpable. It is palpable in there.
Palpable. You could cut it with a knife.
Oof.
All right.
All right. We're gonna take a moment.
No.
We are clear.
Your mark.
Runners ready.
Set. Go.
Late start.
He looked slower than last year. I'm just,
Yeah.
How'd we do?
Looks like we have a new first place.
New
5.73.
5.73.
I think that's a whole
Wow.
half second slower than last year, but that's okay. I'll take it.
5.73. Right? Is that what we got?
7.3.
Man, you guys are setting the bar too high.
The bar is high. But again, folks, really quickly, we
Or
have
low.
speed and creativity. There's lots of opportunity here to raise and win money for your cherries in this fundraiser. Take a deep breath. You made it. You are standing
Congratulations.
upright.
Way to go.
Good time.
Great
Good job.
sportsmanship.
Man, good job.
The applause is so great. Roberto, in comparison, I don't want to compare, but
Yeah.
personal best and things and feelings. How did that feel?
Slow start. definitely slow start. Like it was just slow coming out of the blocks, which I think definitely cost me some time. That's one thing I didn't practice this year that I kind of practiced a little more last year was just the first push. And so that definitely, I think, held me back a little bit. But overall, I still feel pretty good. And in terms of the field, like, look, I thought Andy was going to probably maybe be my stiffest competition. I know JHG is out there, but did you hear? It's like a monsoon out there where he is. So we'll see if that has any effect.
Yeah, it doesn't look
right at
like
the moment.
one. Yeah, it doesn't look like one.
Well,
No. Here you go. Look.
We're in many time zones, and so climate and weather, who knows what we're going to run into today.
So
fair
that
point.
could work in my favor. Doug only has one leg. A lot of people don't know that. So that's probably
true.
going to me.
One knee.
Kel is 8 months pregnant. So I think, may not really challenge for the throne, but maybe definitely for one of the other prizes, because that's pretty amazing.
This is true. One follow-up thing for Roberto. Do you feel that your attire today helped you in your matchiness and speed?
Well, it made me feel better.
Okay.
So,
Sometimes that matters. It's like when people wonder if racing stripes on cars make them go faster. Maybe matching in colors help the
Jack,
the
Give a
motivation.
twirl.
you want me
Give
to
us a
twirl?
spin.
Give a
Give
twirl.
us a little walk and a spin. Ta-da!
Perfect.
It's the first day of the NFL season. The Niner game's going to be on a little bit, so I had to go theme. And I was very matchy last year too. So.
This is
Yes,
also
you were.
staying on theme and day theme with NFL starting later.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us currently.
That's
And
I think
Berta, we're not gonna.
We may be wrapping it up on site and heading back to the studio with you all.
That's
Greg,
right.
did I miss something from you?
I just wanted to tell Roberto I don't think he wants to remember the NFC Championship.
Am I?
That's right, because it's almost as if they pretended to play a football game, but in fact it was like
this.
some other guys there who had to stay for the next 58 minutes. They weren't allowed to leave. It was more of a hostage situation than a football game, if you really think about it. It was really sad. I was actually waiting for Jimmy Carter to come in and negotiate the release of the 49ers in that contest, because it was clear that was not. But it's a new year now, Greg. It's a new year, and the next time the Browns get to a playoff game, let's hope that the guy can hold on to the ball at the goal line. Okay.
He gets muted for that.
He gets
We're not listening
muted.
to anymore for that shit. We're not hearing that.
Is they muting us?
Ernest Spires kids don't remember Ernest Spires.
All right. So there was technical difficulties. I didn't hear what you said.
Young man.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
sorry about that. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll see you folks back in the studio.
See you
Lauren,
soon.
any last
Wrap up
words?
here and get some victory reward snacks before leaving. But see you again.
Yeah. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you,
Love
Berto.
the
Thank you,
costume.
Andy.
Be
Love
back.
the costume. Love the costume.
Thank you for a camera person. Thank you.
Yes. A wonderful cameraman or woman. I'm sorry. My bad. Camera person.
Let's do
Right,
that.
Doug.
Yep.
Yes, Doug. I need that. So, Doug, so it's great. We have another person on location. I had a nice little graphic that I forgot to say. So, right before we get to our next person, we have this. All right. And on that note, we will bring in our next runner, who is someone very familiar to Brothers and Booze, 40 for 40, the president of the National At Home Dad Network. That man is JHG, Jonathan Heisley Grove, otherwise known as Jonathan Heisley Grove. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You look good. Are we going to run with the hat? Because
We're going to run with the hat just in case. I mean, it's a little, got to have a little bit of fun with it.
Right.
Trying to
All right,
keep some
Jace.
of the rain out of the eyes and off the glasses. But
yeah.
it's not like it's a downpour. I was worried it was a downpour, but it's not a downpour.
It looks
which is
really
a good
good.
thing.
Looks good for now. Clear for now.
Yeah.
HG, tell us about your charity, buddy.
I am running for the Fathers Overcoming Adversity Fund. It is a newly created fund by the National At Home Dad Network, and it benefits families and fathers who have become incapacitated either by physical or mental illness. It's in honor of James Lopez, our good friend, who we donated money to his fund for. And so we have a fund for our organization that will help guys like James who have come across difficulties and make it hard for them to care for their family and their kids. So
excellent, worthy cause.
it is.
Obviously, I know you want to get going, but I do want you to talk a little bit about the aspect of being an at-home dad, and then how debilitating that can be if you're not able to provide for your family in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, as at-home dads, we are the primary. A lot of the times, we are the primary caregiver. The spouse is doing a job that does not give them the opportunity to help with the day-to-day needs of children, especially before they go to school or in elementary school and things like that. So to have a father lose the ability to do that kind of caregiving can be really hard on a family, makes it harder for them to balance the needs of the spouse with the needs of the family, especially when you throw caregiving of an adult into the mix, when that adult can't care for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
James is a great example of that. He hit the injury he suffered just made it impossible for him to do the daily care for his children. And so they've been struggling on trying to create that work-life balance. James is recuperating and recovering quite well, which is fantastic.
Yep.
But we know that there are other families out there that are going through the same struggles that don't get that kind of attention and visibility. And we want to make sure that we can help provide for those families as well. Guys who are primary caregivers or co-parenting can find it hard on themselves to not be able to provide for their kids, provide for their family, provide for the daily needs. That can be a mental struggle, hard for guys to handle, let alone having to deal with the physical repair that is involved to try and get back to that place. So.
Mm-hmm.
And also, y'all, it's really important because many times, especially in James's case, these things happen. Like, yesterday James was great and fine. The next day he's in the hospital. There's no warning. There's no
exactly.
Visiting the doctor. Doug and I have had problems. Everybody has problems, but we've had problems too. Where we kind of knew, not kind of knew, but it was a kind of a gradual thing. We weren't feeling great. We went to the hospital. You know what I mean? But some things are just so sudden that it's just hard for any kind of family to react to any of that, let alone emotionally, let alone money-wise. So this will help, at least help a little bit with those emotions, because sometimes the emotions are tied to, where we're going to live and whether we're going to have a house or not, or whether we can put food on the table for our kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Big charity. We love that y'all guys started that. We love y'all here at BAB. We know we love the National At Dad Network. Obviously, my resume with y'all speaks for itself.
Yes.
And our relationship speaks for itself. So we're glad that you're here again, JHG. We love you. Thank you for bringing this to light and showing everybody all that. So now to the fun part, I think. Well, not that wasn't fun, but this is the fun part. I want to see you run with your cowboy hat.
All right.
Let's
see if we can get this going. Now, it would be helpful if maybe one of you guys could run a timer as well, because my ability to run my timer on my watch is a little suspect with this.
I got you covered. You covered.
Where's the finish line, JHG? Is it like that 3 right there?
I am on the finish line. Actually, the camera is about where the finish line is, so I'm going to be coming this way. And I will yell stop. I'll yell go and I'll yell stop.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Got
Let
you
me get
covered,
set up.
man. All right.
All right.
All right, Doug. I'm gonna
All right.
drop off. I'm gonna drop off a minute. But you're here.
Okay.
All right. Give me a second here. I'm going to try and time this myself as well.
Yeah, I got you covered. I'll chime it as well. We'll figure it out.
Excellent.
Just
All
just
right.
say go when you start, and I'll start.
You got it. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Stop.
7.35.
That's what I had as well.
Ah, man, look at that. Simpatico. Nice job, man.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
And
I knew the time I had to beat, and it pains me to know that I didn't beat his time yet again.
yes, you're a little slower than last year. Just a touch, not too much
Just a
to be,
touch. Yeah, I'm
be
just-
pissed
I'm
off
just-
about.
I'm just a touch under the weather too.
Right.
I started to succumb
Okay.
to cold or something, and so
Hmm.
I'm a little short of breath. But
All right, all right.
Still,
But
good
anyway.
job, man. Good job.
thank you. All for a good cause. I don't
Yes,
care.
it
how
Yes.
long.
is. It is.
JHG, this riff, I think of you.
Yeah, I like it.
Don't sing it.
Yeah, because
Thank
then we get in trouble.
I can't play that little bit of a guitar riff. I think we'll see. But JHG, I will use this time to tell you that I am intending to give to your charity.
Sweet, fantastic.
Yep.
So
Love it.
I will do that right after we get off of this thing. But we want to thank you for your participation, your contribution, your what's the word I'm looking for, Doug? I lost it.
Effort and time.
Effort. But what I'm talking about, like as far as like BIB and everything we do.
Oh,
Oh,
just
support. Duh.
support.
It's early.
That's a good word. That's a good word. Yeah.
I didn't have my coffee, so I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm gonna go
I
get it
got
after
you.
we.
I got you.
Yeah.
I know.
Doug's video is gonna make me want to go get coffee, so you know.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna warn you. It's something.
All right.
All right, JHG. So last year you Doug was driving and doing dad things.
Yeah.
So you pretty much joined me as co-host. You're
Hey,
welcome
look.
to stick around, but if you're heading on the road and you want to jump back in and come back later for a little commentary or a little jump in, that's cool. We're gonna
Yeah, I
move
might
on
do
to our tape videos. That'd be great, man.
Yeah.
You're always welcome here. So yeah, we'll let you roll.
Yeah, I'll join
again,
in another
thank you.
environment.
Yeah.
Less
Just,
rainy.
you know the link, so you know what to do. You've been through this many a times, so we
Indeed.
don't have to tell you anymore. You have a great day. Merry Football Christmas Day too.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on today, so
It's
cheers.
a special
Cheers.
day. It's a special day at Gillette because apparently Brady is going to get some sort of great. Before the game starts, they're going to do something for Brady. There,
Is it a deflated football? Sorry.
Oh, that joke is pretty flat, I have to say.
It is. You're right.
And it's a touch old, but
Mm,
I'm old.
look,
right. I would agree with that. Yeah.
hopefully that lets
right there with
beat the
you.
Eagles because I don't like. Hopefully it beats my hometown team, the Eagles. I don't like them, so
I
Okay.
hope they beat him too.
I rarely root for the Patriots, as you know, but this is one instance.
Mm, mhm.
That when y'all play the Steelers.
Yep, I'm with you on the Steelers.
There we go.
Oh my God. Obnoxious. Anyway, who's
right.
not obnoxious is JHG. So thank you,
All right.
JHG.
Thanks, JT.
We'll see you soon, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
See you
Awesome.
soon.
All right. Thanks, man.
Excellent. I don't like being on this big screen. Why am I here?
Yeah.
So I think I have to show my hair. No one said anything about my hair.
That's not
but-
true. That's not true. Daniel
No,
Fisher
I
liked
was
it.
gonna say, but you didn't let me finish. But
Sorry.
no worries. But listen, I'm concerned about my appearance. Okay, so let me be concerned about my appearance over here. All right, y'all.
Here. Okay.
So, but yeah, we both got compliments from Daniel. Thank you. Yeah, Lauren stole the show.
Yep.
There's no question on that one. So excellent. So y'all, we don't. It doesn't look like we have anybody ready for live yet. We will have some people later ready, but we do have some taped runs. And the run that we are going to work on or look at next is Doug's. And Doug already spoke about his charity, which is, let's do a real recap real here, because we had some
Yeah, two other runners.
Yeah. So we're back to Leanne, who is a darling. And if y'all ever y'all are interested to learn more about Leanne, y'all can hit Daddy Porter's YouTube page, and the interview is there. So and she goes in depth. She's literally doing laundry as she's speaking to us.
Well, she's talking to us. It was great.
Literally, not in a joke. We've had a lot of fun guests doing different things, and Leanne's like, "Look, if I'll do this, but I need to do my laundry." We're like, "Great." I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
So, and it was a pre-recorded one because of time zone, and because she's we're all busy, but Leanne really has a hectic life. Being a mother and running 2-3 restaurants, it's ridiculous, in 2 or 3 countries, and all kinds of stuff she got going on. She's on TV. She's just fabulous, hardworking mom, and we have a lot of respect for her. But Doug, I'm sorry, I kind of took that over. I wanted to say a couple things about her, but real quick, let's summation. This is for her restaurant and her employees at the said restaurant. This was taken a while ago, this screenshot. So I'm thinking that 131 is a little bit bigger. Hopefully she got to their goal. And that's, it seems like a lot of money, y'all. But when it's spread around, how many people, Doug, do we know?
It wasn't, she didn't give an amount of people. She just said 90% of her staff lost everything in fires. Right. So I don't know how big her staff was.
Right.
But still, that's a lot of people to just have nothing because of a natural disaster. So that, and
we look, y'all, let's not even get started on what insurance covers and what insurance doesn't cover, and what they don't want to cover, and what they say they cover and then they don't, and the bait and switch and all that shit. So, 225,000, get that out, Greg. 225,000 seems like a lot of money, but when it comes down to it, and it's people's houses and homes and livelihood and income and all that, it's not really that much.
No.
And cash burns really, really fast in bad situations like this.
Sure does.
Whether it be hotels, cars lost, all that. And who knows what is covered out there on the island of Maui. Is it? Okay. Okay, because there's 15 damn.
Yeah, I think there's
more.
I don't think there's, well, maybe they're like little tiny islands.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Hawaii is like a series. We think of Hawaii as only like 4 big islands, but it's actually like 8 or 9 or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, the point is, we don't know what's covered and all that. So that's why it's really important for y'all to at least think about supporting Doug and his charity, and Leanne and her friends and family and coworkers.
Yep.
So with that being said, we're gonna get to Doug's run. If y'all recall, is it still here? Doug had a very, very fun run last year.
Hey everybody, Doug Ziegler. I'm running the 40 for 40 race. Today I'm running for the Trevor Project, 40-yard dash, for over 40, for some of us 50. Get ready to eat my dust. On your mark, get set, go!
Faster than more than half, I believe, of the field last year.
There was a few people I beat that I ran backwards and they ran forwards. So yeah, that was the running joke last year, I think.
Not only it's funny because it's true.
The running joke. Right.
Anyway, I like my hair. I still do. Maybe we can make this permanent.
You got to grow that shit out and see what happens.
Oh shit! I can't show you my. I can't show you my tracks. What am I doing? Can you tell I'm new to this whole wig thing? I need a little gray though to match the beard, and I'll be.
Yeah. But hey, it looks good. It's fun.
Thank you. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and what I'm also going to thoroughly enjoy is this, y'all. It's time to show Doug's. Without further ado, it's time to show Doug's video. So.
Here we go. I live my life 40 yards at a time because it's all about family. The worst impression of Dom Toretto of all time.
I got questions. Oh, wait. So wait. Is that a cross I see?
Yeah, that was part of his outfit in many of the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, okay. Doug, you look really badass here. Look at look at the guns hanging out, and I don't even know what I'm looking at. I didn't when I first saw it, I was like, wait, this ain't even Doug, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Who is this? Who is this? Oh, this was such a joy. It made me laugh. It was funny as hell. Here we go, y'all. Doug,
I live my life 40 yards at a time because it's all about family. Also, so my wife was filming that, and I was actually, she timed it right, but didn't start the filming right. So I was actually, it looks like I've been running the whole time, and I was actually started from a standstill, and it's like in a stance like this. So we missed that bit. So, but it was fun, and it was something like I had another idea, but it would have taken too much time. So I'm going to do that one next year. So I have an idea for that next year already. So
a couple things, and then it looks like we can bring in another host here real quick. But before we get to our person who's there, y'all know who he is, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. But a couple things. Number one, where was that? Because I don't think that's around your house, is it? I don't remember you having a back alley. Is there a back alley?
It's behind my house, but like behind my, you know how long my property is.
Yeah,
There's a road behind it that loops down around, and I just knew that because it's a dead end road, I could run on it. And I measured out the 40 yards so I could make sure I was doing it legitimately, and I ran it in 6.73 seconds, which was way faster than I thought I would run. So even though I was running in jeans, which absolutely sucks. If you do that, that is not a fun time.
6.37.
6.73.
6.73.
Yeah.
Like I was going to say that, like you were booking there, bro. You did really well. Like, man, you must be kind of a side serious note. I mean, how you feeling health wise? We really never talk about that, but no, I'm dead serious. Like you moved faster than I thought you could move, and I'm being dead serious about that. Not joking, sarcasm. I know we joke around a lot on BIB, a lot of self-education. It's part of our thing. But you really ran faster, buddy. I mean, how are you doing health-wise? Let's talk about it.
I'm doing really well health-wise. I mean, all my the last blood work I had was like a month ago. Everything came out, as my doctor said, perfect, which is a great word you want to hear when it comes to your health. My blood pressure has been below what would be considered optimal, which is good. The only bummer of that was I had to run it 3 times. Because we didn't film it right twice, and that was the best one. And my knees were starting to hurt from running because I don't run.
You don't have knees anymore.
That's what I said the other day. My knees are like powder. Like I ran that 3 times, and I was like, nope, that's it. That's got to be good enough because I'm not doing it again. And it wasn't because I was tired. It was because my knees were like, dude, you can't.
That's
do that
enough,
to me.
Right? So, yeah. Right, and that's what I was like when I saw that. I was like, Doug's knees and his heart and. He's 800 years old, and
hey, I'm not Methuselah, Jesus.
Maybe
I am. Who knows?
Getting there.
I'm trying my best.
All right, man. All right. Well, we have somebody in the studio now, very familiar to this whole process, and to us at the 40 for 40 race is the originator of the 40 for 40 race
and returning champion.
Yes, it was his idea, y'all. While we're here, Berto, can you tell us a little bit about the history of 40 for 40 race and why are we here ultimately?
Yeah, sure. So I was always a big George Plimpton fan. It's a weird place to start, but that's where I'm starting. I I always liked like Paper Tiger and like all those like weird sports, sports stories that he wrote, like the experiential journalism thing. And I thought it was cool because he was just like a regular guy, but he would go out and try to like do these amazing athletic feats, which, I'm not quite even at that level, but I like really odd sports things are my jam. Right. So I don't know if you remember, Greg, the show Pros versus Joes. You ever watch that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like definitely like I wanted to be on that show. Like back in the day, I was like, oh my God, that looks so fun. Like I could just go get destroyed in a free throw contest by Muggsy Bogues or like, you know, they used to do a lot of really weird stuff on that show, which was great. So you just kind of fast forward through my sort of very pedestrian athletic career, and it was always just about pushing yourself, right? Like you're me, I'm not the best athlete. Other people may not be the best, but it's not about being like the best in the world. I mean, it is for people who are trying to do that, but for the rest of us, it's just like trying to be your best self and like what can you do with your body? Like how far can you go? What can you do? And so anyway, weird athletic stuff was always like really a big fascination for me. And so then you get to like the early, like, what was it? Was it 2020 when we first sort of closed things down, decided to stay home for a little while? So I got laid off, and I think it was in like 2020 or August of 2020. Shouts my wife from the kitchen. And so I had a lot of time while I was trying to figure out like how I was going to survive a world where I can't go out and look for another job. And so during that, I decided I was going to run a marathon because it's something I always wanted to do. Always wanted to run a marathon, but like Doug, my knees are not the greatest. And when I was training for a marathon in like 2007, I would get about 13 miles and my knee would just give out. It would not continue. So my big worry about a marathon, like I felt like cardiovascularly I could do it, but just from like a musculoskeletal perspective, I wasn't sure. So I had this idea, like we're all staying home anyway. And my big fear was like getting stuck out on a course, right? I don't want to run a half a marathon and then have to get picked up and like saved, right? Because just that would feel bad for me. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to run a marathon. I'm going to do it myself. It's an idea I'd been kicking around in my head for a while, but I thought I would go down to like the track at the high school, like where I just was, and run it, like just run around the track, quarter-mile track enough times for a marathon. Because that way I figured I could just bring my own water, just put it at the 50-yard line, and like I'd be all right, right? But we couldn't even do that. So I decided to run it around my block. So I got my GPS out, right, my phone, and I walked around my block and I did the calculation. I figured I had to go around my block 77 times for it to be a marathon. So I started training, and I gave myself what I thought was going to be like a really good training schedule. I gave myself like 2 months to train for this marathon. And my wife, who's actually run marathons, is like, "You're an idiot. Like, did you talk to anyone or look it up, or like, did you like do
talk to your wife
research?" And I was like, no, I did it. I just figured I'm in decent shape and that's how long it's going to take. And yeah, she's like, yeah,
She already knew the answer when she asked the question. That's how wives work, by the way. A good wife does that, by the way, but go on.
And part of the logic of this is if my knee gives out, at least I'm no further than the other side of the block, right? And the kids can bring out the radio flyer and put me in it and drag me home.
Put you in your jazzy chair.
Exactly. I was like, it'll be fine. Like there's not much distance to rescue me from. So then I decided I was going to make it a charity thing because, people were in need during that time. And I thought, well, maybe I can make this like a run-a-thon. And so we did. And we had people sort of pledge per lap. The family got involved. They all chose charities to donate to. And so Tanisa ran a bunch of laps with me. Ryu actually did 15 miles, which was really impressive. Eloise, I think, did 5 and Yoshiko did 3. And so this was a few years ago. I think Yoshiko was 5 years old, did 3 miles, you know. And the great thing was, like, because we were doing this out from our house, so Ryu didn't run 15 miles in a row. They ran like 5 and went inside and played video games and then came back out and ran 5 more and then went inside and hung out. Like, so, like, it was, you know, very family friendly. The neighbors came out, people banged on pots and said hello, and it was cool. It was a very cool, very fun thing. We raised money for charity, which was great. So then you fast forward, you know, a couple of years, and there's a guy named John Finkel who's a writer, and he's really into fitness and writes about sports. He's not quite a George Plimpton, but he's good. And he put out on Twitter, like, a funny TV show would be 40-year-old dads running 40-yard dashes to see who's actually the world's best dad. And I thought that was hilarious. And so I was kicking that around in my head for a while. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's actually do it. And we'll do it for charity. And, you know, then other people got involved. Greg and Doug and Lauren, you guys decided to, you know, like, you wanted to help. Or I think, no, I called you. I was like, will you please help me?
Called us.
That is what it was. I was casting around looking for help. Right. I was
Mhm.
looking for help. You guys were so helpful. I feel like you came to me. It was amazing.
I love it, Doug. Love it. We didn't even mean to. It's great.
But yeah. So I was looking for help. Like, because I didn't really like the fundraising site that I had initially used, because it doesn't allow you to disperse money to different charities. And so I was looking for someone to help me with that. And then I wanted to do a live stream. And you know, you guys know what you're doing here.
We do it.
And we got Lauren in, and the whole team really took it, and it was like way cooler than I like had conceived of originally. It was super fun. And then it grew from being 40-year-old dads and even 40-year-old guys to just trying to open it up, make it more inclusive. So then we said, okay, and just 40-year-old people. And then we said, you don't even have to run, because not everyone can run, right? And so that's why we went with the different categories of creativity or humor. Just go forward 40 yards. Because like we were saying earlier, I forget if this was on air or off, but like, this is for fun and this is for charity, and it's not that serious, right? Like, so it doesn't have to be a thing that people are like the competition part is real and it is part of the fun, but also it's not the main point. The main point is to try to raise some money for some good causes.
Also, real quick, and then I think we have someone else we want to introduce, but real quick though, there's also a personal angle to this.
There is, yes, that's right. So the date that I chose and a lot of sort of the things that I do are to honor my mother, who died in 2007 of renal cell carcinoma, kidney cancer. And her birthday was September 10th. And so that was the date, again, just sort of when I choose my semi-arbitrary dates, and I decided to do this. I was like, well, when am I going to do it? I tried to give myself enough time to do some training, but I was looking at it. It was summer, and I was looking at it. I'm like, September 10th. September 10th is a Saturday. That's going to be a good day, and we'll do this to honor Mom a little bit.
Awesome. So we got a lot of things going on here, y'all. Thanks for that, Roberto. For that background. We need to clip that out for next year and just send that out. We will do that. But what we also do is we're going to welcome our friend Lauren Yee, who has done a wardrobe and a location change in like 2 minutes. And yeah, she's here.
The guns.
And the guns are out.
Wardrobe change for an
Woo!
appropriate.
Look at that.
Sometimes,
Great.
you know, it's a little fun run. You need a little motivation sometimes. Also, loving the hair. I didn't get to comment on that earlier.
It's fab. I know. You don't have to tell me.
Mine's not so fab. That's okay.
Doug's needs a little work.
It's supposed to be bad.
Needs a little work, right?
It's fantastic.
It's fabutastic. Who's also fantastic is our friend Kel Anderson. She is ready to run or do something here, so we're going to bring her on.
Forward.
We are
Hi.
Welcome, Cal.
I'm ready to waddle, guys. I'm ready to waddle.
This is
Man.
amazing.
This is amazing. Cal, nice to see you.
You guys too. Hi.
Excellent. Cal, do you want to how do you want to do this? Do you want to talk about your charity a little bit and then do
Yeah.
your thing, or do you want to do your thing and then talk about your charity? It's up to you.
Let me talk about the charity a little bit. Charity first.
All right.
So I am running for Random Acts. Random Acts is a global charity that I've been volunteering with for the last 3 years nearly. We do random acts of kindness all around the world. Anyone on the planet can go to the website and apply for funds. We do micro grants of $500, up to $500. So you can do something for your environment, for animals, for anyone in your community that you want to do something kind for. Let us know what you want to do, what you need to buy to do it. And we will send you the money and support you and cheer you on along the way of doing your random act of kindness.
Excellent.
So a little context also about my particular run version this year. So I am 8 months pregnant right now. I'm a surrogate for another family. So I am 44. I do qualify. This is not my baby. I'm caring for a family where, unfortunately, the mother has a very rare form of brain cancer and is in a treatment where she cannot be pregnant. So this is the parent's frozen embryo that I took on in February. So I have a little hitchhiker, not so little anymore. He is 8 months old now in my belly. So we've got about a month to go. So I said I would do a waddle for you this year. The other context about this run is I am right now at my Unitarian Universalist church. We're in between services and I'm part of the choir. So I have my entire choir standing out here.
Awesome.
Cheering me
I'm
on.
so excited.
Which is
Hallelujah.
awesome. Yes, indeed. So they're going to sing a little song, I think, to serenade me. I have this history where, for me, giving birth and being pregnant is very related to water. And this is our water communion service this year. And so we've been preparing this song that's about taking you to the water. So I want them to tell me that they're going to take me to the water after this, because being on the land is rough when you're pregnant. So I want them to tell me they're going to take me to the water after this, which will be that will be very inspiring to me. So
Momentous said it all. It's the whole thing is amazing. How can y'all not want to donate to Cal's charity after this? Come on, right, y'all. randomacts.org. We prefer you go through our GoFundMe, but if you just send it there, we're happy to. As long as more money gets to Cal's wonderful charity. And Cal, you're going, you should, I don't care what Berto says, you should win this before you even run.
My dad has a
the
sign
setup and everything is just amazing.
This is
my dad made a sign over here. You see my dad's my daughter's showing it. All times should be divided by 2. As 2 people. At least
it's like eating for 2, you're running for 2.
Cal, you've outdone yourself. You have fans and a choir and banners and a baby and
40 for 40 weeks.
40
for 40
for 40 weeks.
That's right. Indeed. There you go.
Really living up to the theme.
I'm gonna hand over my camera to my son, who's gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try and hold it as well.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You got this.
And we'll be ready to go. You guys ready for me?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Wait.
All right. Hold on. How do I put my camera? Back camera. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I got your socks.
You got the socks and everything, right?
I'm taking y'all off the camera because I'm so excited for this.
Take me to the sea. Take me to the river. Down by the riverside.
Awesome.
Oh, that's wonderful.
What was my time? Right
What was the time?
He won. He won. They won.
She won.
They win. Yes.
You won. Yes.
What was the time? Do we have a time? Do we have a time?
Did you record a time? We didn't record a time.
I recorded, but I was a little bit late, but I think I stopped late.
That's okay. Okay.
I'm gonna estimate. I might be off. I went 19.57.
Yeah,
Okay, so
two
we're
people.
gonna do-
Divide it by 2.
We're gonna
Divided
do
by
nine-
2.
We're gonna
is-
do 957.
Great. I think that's a solid
Excellent.
place.
Oh my goodness.
Definitely,
Great
Kel,
job,
you
Kel.
definitely
I'm
win for
tearing
the
up.
most people. The most people involved.
Most
Absolutely.
people involved. Great charity. What she's doing and personally is awesome. I mean, there's just so much here, Berto. I'm
I'm telling you,
Number 7 that has been through my guidance.
That is no small feat for sure.
Kel
No,
is one
no.
of the most outstanding people.
and in the world.
Very much. Like that's so cool.
That was awesome. Also, Kel, we don't want to keep you if you need to go back to all of the other things you're doing.
Yes.
And yeah, I need to go change and get ready to sing in the choir again.
Thank you so much, Kel Anders.
Thanks for stopping
Thank you,
by.
Kel. Good job.
Congratulations, and good luck with the rest of baby times.
Kel gets confetti too.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kel.
Yeah,
Thank
Kel.
you. Thank you. Thank you. All
Bye.
right. All right. All right. Awesome. You can turn off your camera whenever, but we'll keep you around until you have to leave. So that's great. That's great. That's great.
My mom wants to revise my time down to 3 seconds, guys.
Wow.
Angry.
That's world class.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we could take 3 minutes. We could take 3 off. Sure.
I mean, that is the kind of cheerleader that you want on your side for sure.
Absolutely, Mom, for sure.
It's a lot more like a
There
yeah.
is action happening now.
Yeah. All right. Wow. I don't know how we move on from that, y'all. Y'all gotta
Yeah,
help me.
that was fabulous.
It was.
And Kel's glowing too, even after that.
That's right.
This is so much goodness here.
Well,
I don't know if I can take it all.
that was actually, and it was actually a lot more runnerific than I even expected. Like that was actually really.
But you know what? A couple days ago, I was moving so slow. I've actually had a lot of complications in this pregnancy. We think the baby was slightly freezer burned. He was in the freezer for about 3 years before I took him on. So there's been some complications with the placenta, and I've had bleeding off and on. So all like the last week, I've had a lot of cramping and bleeding. And so I thought, well, no, this could be a very slow process. I'm going to move this way so that I'm not, people are coming for the next service now.
That's I was like,
Wow.
great.
I don't know how mobile I'm going to be. When we came for rehearsal on Thursday, and I had them drop me off at that side door because I was not walking very far at all. So I'm impressed with my physical stamina, I have to say. You know,
You're not the only one.
better than-
Yeah.
You are
Mom
not
was out
the
there
only
getting
one.
it done.
I've been keeping up with my yoga, and I've been
Ooh.
doing water walking has been amazing. There's a lazy river near us,
Mhm.
and they opened it up for the summer for walkers to come for an hour in the mornings and just walk in water that's like up to your waist. And that's been incredible for pregnancy. Highly recommend. Very nice.
Water is a awesome healing thing. Also for knee injury people.
Yes,
Helpful.
great on the
So,
joint.
That sounds amazing. And good work.
Can you get the lazy river for the birth? Because I feel like that, you
Yeah,
know,
that would be
keep
fantastic.
moving through the contractions, and then the baby just comes out into the water, and then
into the flow.
Floats away.
Exactly. Just have like a net that they could dip. The midwife could like dip in with the net and just be like, "Woo, we got you."
like yeah, like when you got to get your goldfish out to clean the tank. Like
Exactly. Gave birth to all 4 water. I am not. This is a hospital birth. The twins that I carried before this guy for another family was also a hospital birth. But I did home births for my own 4. I love for birthing, but there's policies you see in the hospital. They're like, you can be in the water while you're in labor, but we don't want you to actually give birth in the water, so you have to come out. They're very fun, which is unfortunate. I like the lazy river idea, though. I'm not sure the parents would be down for it, but
You know, I don't know
You
how.
never know.
I don't know how all those contracts work. So
Yeah.
you know,
We'll leave that up to you and them.
yeah,
how I explain it, I'm the nanny that you live in.
not a live-in nanny.
And
It's not, yeah,
Yeah,
opposite.
completely different. So,
Yeah.
all right, Kel. Well, thanks again for jumping in and doing this. That was really cool, inspirational, even, and we really appreciate you taking time to do this with us. And
Yes.
I know you got things to do with your church and stuff. So,
I need to switch my shoes and everything. So I will let you guys go and enjoy the other runners.
yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank
Well
you, Kel.
done.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. I was like,
Well, that was fantastic. Oh, she's back. Nope. There we go.
There we go.
That was fantastic.
Awesome.
I worked a little bit with Random Acts through Gish when I was working with them, and you know, their whole thing and their founder and everything. It's a really cool group. They do some really cool stuff, and the other cool thing about it is it's an all volunteer organization. So, you know, basically, like, no one who works for them takes any sort of salary or anything, and they have lots and lots of volunteers, and they have lots of like regional, like you have like a regional organizer or something, and but they don't. They're all volunteers. They're a lot like us, right? They're just a bunch of people getting together trying to do some things. But I remember when I was talking again back when things were sort of when we were doing stay at home school and all that, I was noticing that there were kids who like were sitting on Zoom all the time in like big coats and everything. And, you know, we didn't know if people needed coats or needed heaters or what they needed, but Random Acts, you know, some of those folks were like, hey, if you want to do a project trying to get supplies to these school kids, you know, let us know. We'd like to do that. And it was me. I could never, like, I didn't know how to like contact these families or anything, and I couldn't get it together. But that's just sort of an example of the spirit of what they do, which I think is really, really cool.
I agree. Yeah. What I also think is really cool is where we're at with this. Well, it's not cool that Roberto just dropped, but whatever. How do we? This is really cool. We're over 1,000.
Nice.
This time last week we were what, $10? No, I'm joking.
Man, we were
close
under
to-
200.
It was close. So we are close to our goal. So if y'all feel any kind of way, I don't know how you don't feel any kind of way after Cal's run, but yeah, hit the link there, y'all. And Lauren, you have something to say about this.
I was just gonna say, I think Roberto said this in places, and I'm committing because I don't know if we decided officially. So we're deciding live right now. We're announcing. We are taking donations, right? And we were a little bit behind. So in the spirit of trying to continue to do good, I think that we're not going to like end the GoFundMe right when this is all over. We might keep it open for a little longer. I'm not sure if we have chosen a deadline, but we will let you know. But in the spirit of that and telethon style, and like, why should you keep donating if people are done running? I personally, I'm committing to certain benchmarks, which I decided ahead of this because we have made more than I realized at this point. But a couple of things. A couple things that I'm committing to is if we have any donations that happen while we're streaming, just because that's fine, I was like, I'll add a sticker to my body just as a noting what's going on live. But additionally, what I had said was for every 1,000, so if we do more than beyond whatever, when we hit 1,000, and if we do more, I will lean into a bake a weird recipe thing, a la Dylan B. Hollis, where he like makes vintage recipes. I don't want. I'm saying no gelatin, but like I'll make something weird. I'll have a pool, and whenever we close things, if we hit 2,000, like I'll do it. I'll do 2 different recipes. So I'm committing to. I will do that first. So for every 1,000, I'm gonna bake a weird thing, and I will post that to social media so you can see. Additionally, if we hit our goal, which is 1,500, right? Is that our,
Yes,
is that our
ma'am.
current goal? If we hit our goal, I will do a recorded with anyone else in here. I was like, maybe I'm not going to volunteer Greg or Roberto, but if either of you also have not had this, I will do a recorded live Malort tasting, which I have not done. And we saw Doug do recently on Brothers and Booze, and I have to get my hands on some. But if we hit our goal, I will do a tasting. It sounds horrible, but I'm going to do it for the cause. So those are 2 benchmarks, 2.5 benchmarks. Stickers, Malort, every 1,000, I'm going to bake a weird thing. Those are some things that, so donate if you want to make me do
Lauren,
stuff.
I don't even know what the heck you're talking about, but if we get to 1,500, I will come meet up with you and we can Malort it up together.
Can I briefly tell you?
You know what? No. I just want to show up. If we get
It's a
there.
beverage.
I just want to show up and
He
just
said no.
no.
It'll be a surprise for everyone. So if
That's what
you
I'm saying. I'm just
really
going into this.
want to surprise Roberto, because I know what it is to some degree, Roberto has no idea. So if you really want us to do this, you gotta get us to our goal.
If you guys don't know out there in the audience and you want to look it up, don't tell me. But
It'll be a
maybe that'll inspire you. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, like we're at 1,010. If we get to 1,200 during the stream, it's early here. If we get to 1,200 in the stream, I will shotgun a LaCroix live.
Okay.
Live on the stream.
I had considered. I was like, I've never shotgun anything.
It's been a long time. I gotta say, it's probably been 30 years.
Oh, we're bringing it back. I mean, 40 for 40 is really bringing some like rewind fun in here. We're doing some runs. We're shotgunning things. It's gonna be great. So that's the 1,200 mark.
The 1,200 mark. I will shotgun a LaCroix. I'm sure it'll be hilarious.
Right. And
some benchmarks for folks.
That sounds great. So y'all take advantage of that. They're
and
willing
what else could we do? What else can we do for the people?
I will say this. We can keep going with this. We have many people like some videos to show and things, but if you have suggestions for us,
true. Yeah.
I only brainstormed last night at like midnight. So more brains are better than one.
Yeah, I think one that we talked about a little bit, and I don't even know what we'd call this. It's like reverse stripping. I will put on more layers of athletic clothing.
Okay.
So let's say every 20, every $10 we go up, I could put on another jersey or something.
Every 10. Okay, so if someone donates 50, you got 5.
Oh yeah, I have like 100 jerseys here. Let's see how how
$10.
How Joey can I get with like all the clothes on, right? Like
okay. I was like, do I need to go donate right now?
And then he'll do the reverse stripping on this stream, and then we'll do the stripping on our OnlyFans page that we're going to open up right after.
So Patreon, our Patreon page.
No, OnlyFans. Well, we got to branch out, Doug. We gotta.
That's true.
Right. And I can wear my wig on our OnlyFans.
Mine is.
I can. People like wigs, don't they? So like, there's a wig thing going on. And Doug, maybe you can show your feet because people like feet. So we can.
Nobody wants to see my feet. I promise.
This has gone so off the rails.
You don't know that. You don't know that. That's all I know.
So
you don't know that.
So anyway, donate to see more clothing on us currently.
More clothing, yes. And that's Tanisa told me I can't do this because she is my only fan, and that's it. I get one.
Okay.
There's no S at the end of that.
Okay, so she can donate to it.
Only one fan that I have.
Look, however we get the money in, I really don't care, Berto.
It's a channel with a maximum of 1 subscriber. That's it. Oh, we've hit our limit. We got
I-
one subscriber.
Reach the
Right.
quota.
Yeah.
So, Berto, I don't know if you want to talk about this link that I'm about to put up before we move to our next run. but,
Okay.
It should be there, isn't it?
Is it the one on the bottom?
Yeah.
Scrolling
So,
on the bottom. Yeah. So we do have some
Let me
40
fix
for
that.
40 run merch with the wonderful logo that who came up with the logo? It was one of you guys. It was Greg. It's Greg's beautiful logo. We have 40 for 40 merch. We got t-shirts. We got all kinds of fun stuff. And understand, and we've talked about this a little bit. This year was a little harder for all of us than last year. So the merch still says 2022. And that's just how it is. It's last year's, the date's the same, but the year it still says 2022. But you can get 40 for 40 run merch. It's awesome. Maybe I'll put on my shirt in a minute and show it to you guys. But all of the money from the 40 for 40 merch that doesn't involve like having to actually make it, all of the proceeds, as it were, the profits, go into the pool. They go into the pot. And then, so whether you ran or you just want to like show people that you are super hipster with your charity no one knows about, that you were into before it was cool, you can get some 40 for 40 merch.
Excellent. So on that note, we will. So we have a few taped runs here. So given that the tape runs and the people are not here, we will say a few things about their charities for them, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So with that being said, y'all, let's see here. So let me show this comment here.
Oh,
Dua Greer Earthworks. Hello, I hope I'm saying that right. Dual Greer, is that right? That Doug or Lauren?
Okay.
Dual Greer. So he's basically, this person saying that they donated, and it's going to take 1 or 4 days to apparently appear. I'm assuming Dow Greer Earthworks that this is our GoFundMe page. So we'll see it. Oh, okay.
It may, I mean, that's, I assume, the only place, unless they're going directly to charities. But our thing is the GoFundMe. I will say it hopefully we'll see it. So if you donate, say a thing and we'll double check. But I do have a new donation of $20 from 5 minutes ago. So Roberto, get your athletic wear. You need 2. Now, yeah, the refreshing is always a little confusing. But yeah, so like I got a new donation. I'm gonna add a sticker here. You get a heart with my little T-Rex.
Is
Thanks
the
for
T-Rex
donating.
is the T-Rex going to eat the heart?
It's
That's what it looks
love
like.
towards the human, maybe.
Oh, the love for how tasty they are.
My favorite.
Well, thank you, Dio
thanks
Greer.
so
Can
much.
somebody say that right for me? Because I think I'm butchering.
Dale Greer Earthworks.
Thank you.
I'm guessing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guessing.
That is very awesome. We love to see them come in as we speak, because it seems because somebody's
Sticker as
watching.
promised.
We actually
And
get a
Roberto-
notification that y'all watching.
Roberto has a costume change, but also you now require 2 jerseys, thanks to our fundraiser.
Nice. I wanted to show off the 40 for 40 merch, but I will definitely put on
pretty.
2 jerseys.
Let's see the
It's
merch.
pretty-
though.
and we've
That's
got all different colors. I really like this seafoam, and this one is the it's like the extra cozy soft shirt. Like there's different shirts. There's like a
Ooh.
standard t-shirt. There's
Someone had a ringer tee, right? Like a
yeah, there's a ringer. They got them cut for male presenting and female presenting bodies. There's just a wide variety of colors and styles and cloth options to choose from. And they hold up in the wash. Just I've had this one for a year. It's still looking fresh and awesome. So yeah, good.
And
Get
we'll-
yourself a 40 for 40 race shirt.
Yeah, and we're working really soon here, Berta. We'll talk about getting that update and get you a new logo. So yeah. So let's jump into real quick here another run, one of our tape ones. All right.
I'll be right back.
Oh.
You guys do that.
Oh, I can wait because I'm going to talk about the charity, and then we'll see
All
if
right,
you're
you
back.
do that. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Let's do this.
So yeah, this next run is by my personal friend and someone I've known for a long time, Joseph Fowler. He's a great dude. I've met him at That Too, at Home Dad Network. He's just a really, really great dad. If you ask him, he'll be like, "No, I'm not a great dad." I'm telling you, he's a great dad. I know it. So I don't care what he says. Actually, and you're gonna see this, Joe. So you know what I'm talking about. So stop it. Don't do that. So anyway, Joseph. I think I call him Joe, but I think he goes by Joseph. Joseph Charity is the Ronald McDonald House Charity. rmhc.org/donate. Now, while I won't be able to do this as good as Joseph would, but I do know the reason behind the charity very, very well. Joseph's son had many, many complications when he was born and in his early life. I don't know the exact complications, and I don't think we need to know that for this conversation. But the Ronald McDonald House Charities was huge as far as being a place for Joe Sif and his family to go through what they went through with their son. I believe Joe is a dad of 2. He has a son and a daughter. So his son is doing great now. He's, as by all accounts, a normal son, but a normal kid with nothing. There's no complications. How about that? And this is why I said Joseph could say it better than me. But since I know him personally, I could talk about it a little bit. I just wish Joseph could have been here in order to say it himself. But I hope that I'm doing at least a decent job. So Ronald McDonald Charities is a big thing for Joseph because it just enabled not only it probably enabled his son's recovery, it enabled his family to be close. I don't know if y'all familiar with how that all works. Mm-hmm. People get put up in the house and they get to be close to their kids while they go through those struggles of it's bad enough that everybody has to go through surgery or health, but like it's really bad when it's kids, and nobody wants to see kids sick or hurt or and going through anything. They're kids. Like, can't they have at least a childhood before they get through all this bullshit that Doug and I have to go through when we're like 800 years old? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're 800 years old and you were as reckless as you were with our bodies that Doug and I were, you kind of, I'm not saying we deserve it, but there's kind of an angle of like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but when you're a kid and you're young and you're, you know what I mean? Like, you're just out and there's no, so, that's why Ronald McDonald Charities is big for Joseph. And it should just be something for y'all to donate to. And if you want to support Joseph in his run, and this is the charity that he wants, that he represents, and we are happy to present that to y'all. So I'm also happy to present Joseph's run. I haven't seen this at all, so it's completely. I love the ones that we get. So a little behind the scenes ball, real quick, while we wait for Berto. Oh, Berto's back. A little behind the scenes ball, y'all. Sometimes we get submissions. Actually, I think we're still waiting for a submission. So there's times where we get submissions like the day of. So sometimes there's not even time to even look at it. Like, I barely looked at Doug's. Doug sent his yesterday. Today, I just went in and Berto was like, "Yo, you got all the videos ready?" And I'm like, "What videos are you talking about?" So we had to send emails and all that
for all of us.
Yeah. But my point is that sometimes a little inside ball for y'all is that sometimes we don't really even get to see the race. And of course, if it's live, we don't get to see it. But a lot of it's new to us as it is to you. So we will be surprised or enthralled, just like you are, once I hit this button. But so this is going to be Joe's run here, and I got a little graphic that I was playing around with last night that I want to show. Here we go with Joe's run. Joseph, I think he's going to kill me for calling him Joe because I think he wants to go by Joseph, but I don't know. He's my friend.
I think he goes by Joseph, but that's all right.
Yeah, I feel as my friend I can make. I don't know. I take liberties when I'm your friend.
I know.
Whatever I want until y'all tell me to stop. So
that's why I call you Grigori.
Stop.
Gregorian chant.
See, look, y'all seeing this in action. Don't do that. And
It's This is a one-way nickname street.
You already know, Lauren. I didn't say that, but you had to be on a Joseph's run here, y'all.
Let's watch it.
Let's do it.
To the tape.
Woo! He's hauling, man. Woo!
We got.
Ooh.
Joseph screams into first place.
He was moving, man.
We have to see that again, y'all. We have to see that again.
Like, look how fast he's moving.
I like that. I kind of like that's a little out of focus, and like you hear it, and then it comes into frame. And like that felt almost on purpose.
Berto, if you're talking, I didn't hear you there. Yeah, his
Nope.
mic's not working there. No.
Nope. I'm gonna try again. I know.
Here, let me drop you quick, and then let's see if that works.
All right.
Not you got to back out, Berto, again and come back in.
No.
Any more
Technical
comments?
difficulties in the studio,
Comments?
folks.
I just the way he was running, he actually looks like a runner. Like he
It
was
looks-
like, I'm booking
Is
it.
a
He was booking it.
He's a runner. He's a runner. He's a runner. I can confirm that. Yep, I can confirm that. Yep. And Joseph's in good shape. The last time I saw him, he was in very good shape, in my opinion. He'll be like, "No, bro, you're in good shape." So
Take a look at the person telling you that.
correct, right?
Like, look at me. If I tell you you're in good shape, guess what?
You're
Look
in
at
good
me.
shape.
You're in good
Right,
shape.
right. But Joseph is a guy who doesn't have a big ego, so he's very, very self-deprecating, and he really keeps himself grounded as a person. So any kind of compliments, he kind of like bats away. But I don't care about that. When someone bats away compliments, Lauren, that I think that they deserve, then I just double down. So it doesn't matter. Anyway,
I have more friends like you. It's very stressful.
yeah, I just double down. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Don't do that. Like, no. What's up, Berto? You have comments?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm back. All right, good. No, did we talk about Joseph's background at all? A little bit? Why he has such excellent form and he's in such good shape and all that?
No, talk
really,
about it.
Greg did say he's a runner of sorts, maybe.
He's a runner. He's a runner. He also he is a former college football coach at like a D1 like Sirius University. I think his team won. It was the Orange Bowl or the Citrus Bowl or something like that. He's got like a big old honking ring. It's like he was a big time
very legit
dude as a coach. And so I'm going to guess now, I actually don't know 100% for sure, but I'm just going to guess that he also played probably at a fairly high level.
Yeah.
And he did not go like the Bill Parcells route and just like let it all go. Like he stayed in shape. We went running a couple times at the conference, and he can book it, man. He can hang.
Right.
And so I'm not surprised by this at all. Except for the fact that it looked a little bit round, that he like actually like he might have gone 41 yards just because it looked like there was a curve to that road. Right?
That is true. It's like the track that kind of messes with it.
Yeah, actually makes it a little more impressive, to be honest.
Yeah. So we're at, it was 5.38.
5.38.
5.38. I have the lead. I have the leaderboard here, y'all. I don't know if y'all saw in the side chat, but I have the leaderboard here. And one little context note I want to add to everything that Berto says. I heard or I believe is true. Not that Berto's going to come and lie. I just want to verify that. But on top of that, I think the reason that I'm pretty sure, and Joseph, I wish he was here to confirm this, but I've talked to him a bunch of times. We spent a lot of time together. And it's probably my memory if I'm getting this wrong, so I don't want to categorize it wrong, but I am pretty sure that the reason why he stopped coaching was to become a full-time dad because his wife moved. So like he literally gave all that up to be a father. And that's when I heard that pretty much cemented my whole respect for him as a person and as a friend. But as I told Doug, and y'all, and you missed it, Berto, I think, or maybe you heard, But I said, the dude is a fantastic, fabulous father. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
will not agree to that at all. But I'm going to say it, and I said it once, and I'm going to say it again. He's a fantastic father. He's a great role model for his kids and for other dads. He is one of the reasons, Berto, why I used to go to Dad 2.0 is because of dads like this one and this one, or that one, or I can never get this right on this damn thing. It's because when you go to these dad conferences, like you are around so many great dads. I'm not going to say other, so many great dads that it really, really brings up your level, and it really shows you ways that you can improve yourself. And that's why you are the company that you keep. You are who your friends are. I believe all that shit. So that's why I continue to go to the dad conferences until they disappeared mostly. I know that, Home Dad Con did not disappear, and I'm working on trying to get there at some point. But that was really the importance of Dad 2. Shout out to Dad 2, because none of this would have happened without Dad 2. I would have never met any of you, right? Clear, all of you. Literally, all of us are here because of Dad 2.0. Joseph is here because of Dad 2.0. We've never met each other. Shout out to Dad 2.0. It's no longer a thing anymore, but I still have the utmost respect for almost everyone I met there. It's never 100%.
We
Don't do
talk
Casey.
about that.
Don't do Casey like that. Just
We
don't
won't-
subtweet
don't
Casey.
do
Just
that,
say you
right.
don't respect him. That's
He's
like,
not
come
even
on,
here
man.
to defend himself.
I know,
Don't do
right?
that,
But,
right? Like I say, don't do that.
As usual, Casey isn't here to defend himself, as usual.
Right, but Casey said he was going to be, so he deserves a little jab.
Casey said he was gonna Casey said he was at least gonna send in a run. I don't know.
Did that happen?
Right, well, he's still got time, but I haven't heard anything. But that aside, Casey Ribbon aside, shout out to Joseph for that, being a great dad, for all that. So any
As well as a great run, fantastic speed, ready. The film was good. You got to see it.
It was great.
Current leader.
Yeah.
The current leader in the clubhouse.
Berto, you may need to change your subheader here.
So
I
y'all
guess
want
I don't even know how to do that right now, like in the thing. But
he's
you
he's still that until we
until the end.
It's
Right.
official.
the
Okay,
official
it was
results.
it's the current reigning.
Right. Like it's like
right. He
you're still
doesn't
the
hand
Super
over the
Bowl
belt yet.
championship. You're still the Super Bowl champion until the end of the even if one team, Kansas City's ahead,
right,
400-0, and there's like 10
That is
minutes
true.
left.
Okay, that's fair.
The previous years, for those 10 minutes, they're still the champ.
I spoke too soon, and I would like to apologize.
Thank you.
Hold on to that title as long as you can.
And here's the other thing: is it like president? Do I get to be called? Like they still call Muhammad Ali champ until he died, right? Like
Well,
we just go with former champ.
Champ emeritus.
And let's give Lauren some grace. She's not a sports ball head, so she doesn't get all that.
Champish.
I mean, she's not a sports ball head like me and this guy are.
I was like, are we making assumptions? Like, it's not like I don't know anything, but come on.
I'm
I'm just
not
saying,
seen Lauren play doubles pickleball.
No, but she's not a sports ball head like we are, Berto, who you're literally wearing a sports ball shirt. You're literally wearing a sports ball shirt. I watch too much sports ball, so she just doesn't compare to us in this way.
I owe a couple.
Fine.
Hold on.
She's way
during Warriors season.
It's a compliment, not a diss, for the record, because sports ball heads are silly. Actually, they're
I
silly.
want to stand up.
They
for
argue and fight over
women,
dumb shit.
People who assume that women don't know things about.
No. It's nothing to do with your gender.
No.
I'm just
calling a spade, and I know what I know about you.
Kelly Singh, who's one of my favorite Twitter follows for fantasy sports. She's awesome.
Yeah.
See, he's a sports ball head. See, I'm right. Anyway.
Okay, jerseys. We got to
real quick. Yeah, I owe 2 jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
So I just grabbed a bunch out of the bin.
Like a sports ball head does.
This is one of my favorites. This is the Oakland Souls Black Panther jersey. Black, not like the hero, like the group. So one side.
And Oakland Soul, I believe. Sorry, these are some things that we've committed to doing on stream or overall. We will record later because we're going to keep the donations page open for a little longer beyond the race times. So I've made note so we don't lose track. But yes, Oakland Souls is the women's soccer
women's pro
Football,
soccer, women's pro soccer in Oakland. They are the women's team affiliated with the Oakland Roots, which is the men's pro soccer team in Oakland. But they both did Black Panthers inspired jerseys last year, and this is the women's one, which has the big fist on it, which I like. And then it says "All power to the people," which was one of the Black Panthers phrases.
Yes,
It's a beautiful shirt.
Yes, sir. It is a beautiful shirt. Yes,
and not that I want to cover it up, but you gotta.
I have to, so I'm just going to grab another one randomly out of the pile. Oh, it's a very nice throwback number 10. Jimmy Jesus, good old injured, bad ankles Jimmy Jesus. Almost got us to the promised land, but just couldn't hit that fade over the top against Kansas City. It was a bummer.
Porn star loving Jimmy G.
Yeah, well, I try to stay out of people's personal lives.
It's hard for me too when it's blasted everywhere. Just saying. You didn't really have to go much digging for that. I mean, any sports ball head knows this one. But anyway.
But the funny thing about this jersey,
Lauren, do you know that? So you don't know that. You're not a sports ball head. See, right.
I mean, it's
Anyway.
an all-encompassing sports.
Yeah. This stuff. I love sports, but I don't like sports ball head. If that makes sense. So we don't have to go down that whole. Doug, maybe we should talk about it on Friday. The difference between a sports person and a sports ball head. Sports ball head wants to fight people and, scream and call people names online and all that.
Yeah, they're the Skip Baylesses of fandom.
Oh, that's a great analogy. So
I always
anyway,
think it's weird when you see those fight videos and it's two fans of the same team fighting each other. You're like, what? Why are you mad? Did somebody say they like Steve Young more than Joe Montana? Like, I don't understand why the fans are fighting each other.
Lucky for us, we're all on the same team.
Right. And what we're not fighting, y'all, and I want to give a shout out to, we're not fighting anybody who wants to give us money, but I do would like to give a shout out to, can y'all read that second name there? Her name is Emily. Emily, what's her last name? I don't want to butcher it.
Welchbrod? I can't see it.
Weishbrod or Weichbrod.
It looks like it's our top donation at $300.
I'm like shocked and blown away.
So
Emily.
That's like Emily. Thank you. Oh.
They're on the same, but I feel like that deserves I'm gonna go a play to win sticker for Emily.
Let's see it.
I got a play to win.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, that's substantial. So like, let's appreciate that.
Thank you, Emily. That is awesome.
Amazing.
Yes, and thank you to everybody else too.
Yeah,
but
and that's the thing. Like, thank you to people who donated $5. Also, like, you're also important because it's
Absolutely.
a cumulative thing, right? And
Yes,
that's what's
sir.
so funny. Like, we got up. You shocked me when we saw we were at $1,000 because yesterday I was on Twitter. I said, so we're $80 away from 500. Can we just get like 8 people, or we're $40 away from 500? I said, can we get, or whatever it was. I wanted 8 people to donate $5, right? That's 40. Right. Yeah. So I was like, we're $40 away. Can we just get to 500? Can we get 8 people to do $5 each? And then to come up here and see that we're over 1,000 is like, that's really, really cool. That like, oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Every little bit helps. And again, it will continue.
It will continue. And I guess I can, but I have pledged a donation to JHG's charity. So that will happen too in there. So
Speaking of,
that's going to be. And yeah, I'm gonna do a top off thing. So I kind of want to wait and see where we're at, and I'm gonna top it off if that makes sense. So we're gonna see where that leads us. Hopefully, I can put us over the top. Maybe I won't be able to, but there will be more added from my funds for sure. Just gonna throw that out there. So that's gonna climb. Yeah. So before we're gonna have another guest come up here, but before we do that. I would like to go to our last taped run that we currently have. I think we might have another one coming in. I won't, we'll just leave that like that. But so we have one already, and I think we have one coming in, y'all. That might be the end of it, right, Berto? Do we have anybody else live? That you know about?
We're waiting. We haven't heard from Fisty LaRue, and so
Okay.
I'm hoping that she comes with a video or joins us or something. But if
Is
not,
that
then
Brandy?
yeah,
Is that Brandy?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so this is Brandy, right?
Yeah, that's Brandy. Yep.
Okay, cool,
We
cool,
haven't
cool,
heard
cool,
from
cool.
Brandy. I hope that
Huh,
I
okay.
was calling her by her Twitter handle, which is what I know.
Right.
know her
Okay. So
by
I'm like,
more.
who is that?
Yeah,
And I know we don't
That's
have
Brandy.
Brandy yet.
Is that their
So
stage name?
It's I can't call it, man. All I could say is no, but Brandy actually does a lot of cool charity stuff on Instagram. She's mostly on Instagram.
yeah, and her charity is excellent. One of the cooler things about doing this, besides hanging out with y'all all the time, is seeing everybody's charity and what really means something to somebody that you want to do this, and then actually going, doing these graphics. And have to go to their website and read everything that's all about it, and it's just really, really heartwarming and cool, and I love that. So that has to be said. So we're going to move on to Mike here real quick, and then we're going to bring on a previous runner so he can join us. But I would like for you, Berto. I spoke for Joseph because I knew him personally, and you could have done it too, but you weren't around, so I did it. It's cool. But I don't know Mike at all. So I'm gonna let you do Mike's introduction to his charity, speak on it, and then we'll get to his video, and then we'll bring up our previous runner here. Just giving a little stage direction so he knows that he's on deck, but to be ready. But so this is Mike's charity. Berto, what you got?
You know what? I got to tell you, I don't know a lot about it. I also don't know Mike. And that's this is one of the cool things about doing this. And this is really this is one of those things where it's working the way that we kind of hoped, because the idea is to try to reach out to people and to grow this thing beyond our own circle, right? Beyond just the four of us and the people, some dads and people who we know personally. It would be really cool to see this thing grow out into something where we now have people who we don't know who are doing this. And so what I can say is that, this camp looks very cool. It's for kids. I don't know a lot about it. I feel I'm at a bit of a loss. I will say that on the GoFundMe, Amanda Benton wrote as a comment with her her donation. She says, I'm doing this because I made my dad sign up for this. I have no faith in his running ability. Don't tell him I said that. So my bet is solidly on Berto. Sorry, Amanda. I will, however, nominate my dad for the newest member of the Ministry of Silly Walks. I'm betting on him for the silliest run. Best of luck and have fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, and what I gathered real quick, Berto, was that this is a camp for I believe I kind of feel bad. I don't want to miscategorize it. But I believe it's for challenged kids who wouldn't fit normally at a normal camp, if that makes sense. And I think this camp is set up for them to be, it says right here, become more confident, more responsible, more self-aware. What I loved about this one is I only went to summer camp once and I completely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. But my single single mom from the big city, didn't really have the resources to always send me to a camp. So I believe if I remember the story correctly, my family pretty much crowdsourced the money so I could go to summer camp for I think it was 2 weeks, and it was just the most amazing time ever. And it really, really, really changed kind of the way I looked at people and a lot of different things. So that alone is just a really good, really nice, good feel charity. Again, helping kids out. So
yeah, so
what's there not to love?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it. They do have the challenge camp for kids who need a little more help through the camp experience. But it is also a faith-based camp. So they also have a family camp and a general summer camp. And it's really it's to help kids challenge themselves and explore and grow in their faith. So definitely a good cause here.
Yep.
I
And
will also, I want to chime in really quick because I saw, again, someone that I don't necessarily know, but I saw maybe Mike's daughter post on social media. They had a little promo video, which was amazing. And he's like in a gi and doing like karate moves. I'm sorry if that's not what it was. That's my assumption. But it was his promo video, and he mentioned that this was an important organization to him because he does have a family member who has some additional needs, and so that's why he chose this one. So it's really great to see people doing some good and having some fun doing it.
absolutely. And another disclaimer is, I don't think any of us has seen this. So
I have the what's about to happen. No.
Yes. I don't think anybody's seen this one either. So
Mike.
y'all seeing it with us. Y'all seeing Mike's run. And again, Berto, how did Mike find us?
Through his daughter.
Cool. And do you know her? Anybody knows her? She just
I'm trying to
wonder.
I'm
TBD. It to some degree, like the reach.
That's awesome.
I feel really bad
that's
saying
great.
that I'm trying to figure that out, but I am trying to figure that out. And unfortunately, that's sort of
Roberto has many circles.
No, but that's great though that we're reaching people that just aren't our friends. I love it. I can't love it enough.
and just on that real quick. So when we were leaving the field earlier, Lauren asked how Andy and I know each other. And the answer is through Oakland A's fandom Twitter. That's how we initially started hanging out. And then he came and ran some of the 77 at-home marathon with me. And then we met up because we were at a Padres game in San Diego at the same time. So we hung out. So we've hung out like in little bits, and we're Twitter friends, but it all came through just, talking about the Oakland A's on social media.
Right. Okay. Cool.
A's.
All right. So without further ado, we explained Mike's charity, which was this one again. Inaba.org, y'all. Inaba.org, y'all. So that looks like a great thing. Check that out. If you're interested, or maybe you have somebody who could maybe participate in that too. What's up?
I was gonna say I do feel compelled to say like we do like make some jokes about like being in church and religion and stuff on the streams, but there's faith-based organizations that are doing a ton of good work, and that we need to. I want to just call that out too, because I know sometimes I myself, I get a little silly with it, but that's also because like I went to church for several years and like saw the good and was involved in some of those programs. And so I feel like I have a license to joke about it. I think people don't know that about me, and so they might just think I'm harshing their faith, and I'm definitely not doing that. Like,
well, and that's good. And Doug and I don't want to do that either, even though we have our views on it. And Doug and I are literally, I wouldn't say the last people, but we definitely don't like or condone blanket statements about anybody or anything. So, everything is really. The hardest thing my oldest said to me the other day is everything a case by case basis where I have to like think about everything. Yes,
it is. Welcome to adulthood, buddy.
When he asked me that question, it was great because I was like, "You got it." And then he's just like, there was a little bit of desperation, like, "Woof, that's a lot." And I'm like, "Yes, sir, but you gotta. No one can control your pace. You control it. So you take it in as you are comfortable." And don't let anybody speed you up on that, including me. So, with that being said, y'all, let's see what Mike has in store for us. Ready to roll?
Here we go.
Ready to roll. Here we go.
Benton, I am registered for the 40 for 40.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Good. Thank you. And thank you for doing the 40 for 40 on your birthday weekend. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So I'm not going to ask why you're doing the 40 for 40 because I know the answer is because I signed you up for it and pulled you into my shenanigans. But I will ask, why did you pick Camp Inaba as your charity?
Beautiful.
So Camp Inaba is a local camp near where I live, outside of Philadelphia. And they're just a wonderful organization. They do a lot of week-long camps for kids and children. But more importantly to us is they do 6 or 7 camps per summer for special needs adults. And we have a 30-year-old daughter with Down syndrome. Between October and April, they also do like 4 weekends for special needs adults. You know, your sister, our daughter, loves them dearly, and she has a great time with them. And they're just a very loving, caring group of people.
Awesome. Thank you. Good luck with your run. Run, I'll put in quotes. And happy birthday.
Thank you very much. So I'm not a very fast runner. So what I've decided to do is do some martial arts for my 40 yards. I have measured off from this blue line back to that red line is 10 yards. I'll make 4 trips. Thank you very much.
So fantastic. Home stretch right there.
Wow.
That was great.
That was.
If I would have done one of those kicks, I'd have landed right on my ass, and that'd be the end.
It's like
I'd be dead. I'd be just. I'm not moving.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Because I think Mike is also our oldest participant.
Ooh, ever maybe.
Maybe ever, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that is impressive. And I
at
now
65.
that I see, yeah. Now
Although
that
I don't know if
see-
he's 66 because if it was birthday, I'm not sure if he was 65 or 66.
He's somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
He's like Schrodinger's age. We don't know until
we know.
Until we know. But so now I see Amanda. I do recognize her from social media.
Okay,
So
great.
I know. Yes.
We know the connection, but it has spread beyond our immediate knowledge of people.
Yes, that's amazing. Amanda, Mike,
Absolutely.
thank you guys so much. That was very, very cool.
I love the shenanigans that she was just like, I signed you up for this.
I signed you up
Right.
for this.
She knew, right. And, you know, she knew that he had a charity and all that. She knew he was like, you know.
And
wow.
even like if I, right, like Doug's saying, like if I could learn that sequence of movements, right, there's no way I could do it up and back as fast as he could without
I mean,
falling or something, right?
In a similar vein, I do think while maybe not the speediest, like still requires potentially just as much, if not more, stretching.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to do that.
And
you can't be doing those
concentration.
kicks. This is true. Focus.
Sure.
So excellent work, Mike.
Excellent. Doug, do you have any comments before I bring on our other fella here, and then he can give his comments because I know he's in the comments, but we'll wait for him to come up. But what you got, Doug, real quick?
I just am impressed because I couldn't do any of that stuff. Like I know me, I am not limber at all, and it's funny. I mean, you saw me run. I was not graceful at all. And
we all have our strengths.
Was that uphill, Doug?
I no, it was not.
It looked like it was uphill from the camera. I was like, is Doug running uphill?
I mean, if it was the slightest grade. It was not.
It looks uphill.
Is your wife just very tall?
I'm gonna stop again. It does look a little, yeah. All right, Doug. So, Doug, you got your comments out. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Welcoming JHG back, y'all. Welcome.
Hey all.
Welcome.
How's it going?
Yay. JHG, you had some comments about the last run that we just saw?
Yeah, that was fantastic. And I agree. If I wish I was that limber at 65, I hope I get there.
You got some time.
If I keep going to the gym like I do, I can manage that.
We all got some time. There's no excuses.
That's right.
Here.
What?
That's
What?
No excuses. Zero.
What is the gym?
It's
What guy are you meeting?
yeah,
What
it's
is that?
It's
Jim Jordan.
It's his stretching.
Oh, hey.
Sorry. My bad.
Why'd you do that on a Sunday? Come on.
Sorry.
Stop everyone in their tracks. My
I
God.
literally totally broke the whole stream.
It's like that since it's a dime. What the hell is that?
I hope that
Right.
that particular run
Yes.
is a great example for future, that people can come to this and bring that kind of creativity into it.
My
We had the
favorite-
run through the field. Now we've had not kickboxing, but karate.
I believe it's Taekwondo.
Was it Taekwondo?
I think that's
Okay,
what
I
he
wasn't
said
sure
in
what
his,
it was. I don't
in
want to
his
make
profile.
assumptions here, but
But yes, and also
martial
like
arts.
choir sing, like you can do anything.
Well, we've had some bangers today, y'all. Oh my goodness, y'all took it out this year. I'm so excited. Wow. Yeah, if I would be tempted to do.
Ooh, can someone?
Daniel,
You should.
You have a
Daniel,
year
don't give
to plan for next year.
Yeah, I told Doug on the stream on Friday. Don't give away your ideas.
No, it is karate, you guys. Sorry, I looked up the
Okay, karate.
profile. 4th degree black belt in karate.
Ooh.
Hates
Ooh.
running, but
Damn.
master of the long distance walk.
Wow.
Love
you can hate running if you do all that.
I mean, some people also hate running, and I think still do it, maybe. But you know,
I don't hate running. My knees hate running, so that's why.
both.
Oh, I hate
My knees
running.
and I hate running.
I hate running. Right. I'm with Lauren. We can do the hate running. Yeah.
It's like I'll do
cycling.
other.
Cycling. I enjoy cycling more than running, but I do running because it gets me better benefit.
Like it's good for you. I wish I
Unfortunately.
liked it more.
I'll just do my slow ass hikes. That's much better. more my speed.
Also great.
I mean, Berto should
Right.
know because one, he beat my time again, and he's out there, he's reffing, and he's constantly moving. So I'm not surprised that he had a good time too.
So, yeah, and since it's only going to take a little bit, JHG, I do want to show you this before we get to, I think, our last run, which is our friend Daniel Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
But we will get JHG. I have to show you this.
Okay.
Our friend Joseph Fowler.
Whoa! Stop.
Go.
Nice. Nice.
You didn't see that,
All
right? You were driving, right? You didn't-
I wasn't. Yeah, I was.
Okay. Cool. That is the leader in the clubhouse at the moment.
All right.
So, and you know Joseph Fowler, I'm pretty sure. He was at either a home dad con or a dad 2 that you were at or something. He's been in our dad spheres for sure. You already know. He's been to a ton of home dad cons. Maybe as much as me, actually. So I don't know if he's been recently, but he's been to a ton. So shout out to Joseph again. I'm sorry, Berto. Yeah, go.
I was just
go,
going to
Berto.
throw out there real quick because this is always our benchmark, right? That was only a 1/10 of a second slower than Tom Brady at the scouting combine when he was like 23 years old. So that's
Wow.
that I always like to use that as sort of a fence post.
Right.
Because like I feel
Right.
like me and Tom Brady are basically the exact same age, and there's probably nothing that I can do better than him except maybe run a 40-yard dash.
Right.
Yeah. True.
I'm just gonna stop.
I have
gonna
comment about that, but let's not
Yeah,
go
I'm
that
with you,
direction.
Doug. I'm gonna say I'm not right. This isn't BIB. I gotta remember.
Focus.
Right.
You're saying there's things I could do better, like stay married, or
I'm not gonna- I'm-
get
I'm-
sued for a crypto scam. Like, okay, there's a few things. I
Don't do that. No,
There's
don't
a few
do that.
things I do better.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to hit Daniel Fisher here. I remember when I sprained my ankle in freshman high school during winter track, and I thought to myself, wait, I'm running for fun. Correct.
Yeah.
But like JHG says, though, running has so many wonderful benefits. It's hard to ignore if it's something that you don't mind to keep in shape. So it's really, it's just a great thing. So I don't.
As my
Just
doctor
because I
said,
don't like it, just because I don't like it
Cardio
doesn't
is
mean
good for you.
anything.
Cardio.
cardio is good for you.
Yeah, and that's what I tell my kids. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean anything, really, unless we're talking about certain politicians.
True.
But again, I'm not bringing that up. I'm trying to be good. This is not BIB, and we're going to continue. We're going to stay the course. Right. I see Doug, and I think this is Friday. I see JHG and Lauren, and I'm like, it's
Hey.
Friday, y'all. Like,
I'm
what's
not-
the
I'm all
problem?
right.
So, like, right. So I just got to make sure y'all make me feel at home, and sometimes that's not a great thing. So, that being said, we will move on to, I think, our last run. I'm not sure.
So
Well, wait, did we see GHG's run? I didn't see it. Did we
Yeah.
see?
we saw it.
You were
He
traveling.
ran-
when I did
He
mine.
ran
I went
live
right
after you.
It was live, yeah.
Oh,
So
well,
I
I'll go back
can't,
to the
unfortunately-
tape.
Yeah, I'll go
and,
back and watch it later.
Yeah, or just so you know, all and just so everybody knows, this is a great time to talk about this. Out on our wonderful, fabulous YouTube page that only has 7 subscribers.
More than before.
By next week, this time, I will have all the runs cut up and up there. There is a section already that has all the runs from last year. So if you need any ideas, you want to beat somebody, you want to jump off somebody's idea, you want to whatever, it's all going to be out there. Most of them are shorts because they could be under a minute long, but they will all be cut up there. If y'all don't want to sit through the 2+ now hour stream that we got going, but if you would like to do that too, that will be out there too, y'all. So things scroll other places like in Facebook and Twitter. It might be off the timeline, in 3 days, especially if you tweet like this clown. So you go to the YouTube page and it's always there. So just so you know, YouTube /@4race.
So can we get what was the time for GHG?
Like, where are the times?
Where
Can I
are we?
miss
Yeah,
them?
where are we in the standings right now?
Like, can we
Okay,
list them?
so yeah, the leaderboard says here Joseph 5.38, Berto 5.73, Andy 5.86, Doug 6.73. Really, Doug? JHG 7.35, Kel 9.57.
With additional math.
With the math, yeah.
Right. So that's our leaderboard at the moment. So I don't we have one left, and then I have to go and do some work to make our leaderboard graphic look really nice and pretty.
We can vamp.
Oh yeah, for sure you're gonna vamp. But part of the vamping, y'all, is talking about Daniel's
Charity.
Run.
sorry.
Charity.
Man, y'all, why did I do this without coffee?
That was a mistake,
earlier
bro.
for you. You have less of an excuse, I think.
Yeah,
That's on you,
But I
man.
think I'm doing good despite it. So give me some
Absolutely.
the hair and
Yeah.
the no coffee. Come on.
Yeah.
It's true.
Y'all my people. Y'all gotta be supportive.
Coffee. What?
We do.
Okay. I wasn't talking to you, Doug. Shut up. Anyway.
The most supportive
I say be supportive, and then I tell the man to shut up. That's just how Doug and I roll. So he's used to the abuse after 600 years or whatever. We've been together. But anyway, Daniel's charity is, Doug, it's the Autism Science Foundation. I do have the graphic here, little stage direction. Gotta stop that one. I gotta start another one. So the Autism Science Foundation, y'all. Oh, it's not here yet, but it will be soon. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? StreamYard, you were holding me up here. All right. So does anybody want to speak to this charity? Because I'm really not great at this part, or I haven't done any research. So is that a no? Well, it says here, supporting and sharing autism research to improve the real lives of real people. And I would assume that Daniel has someone, he could say in the comments, Daniel has someone close to him, if not him, who needs the support of this charity. Obviously, we all understand, or we at least, I wouldn't say understand. Obviously, we all know vaguely what autism is. And we also know, what we know for sure, y'all, is that autism gets caught up in a lot of conspiracy theory bullshit. And so hopefully that is an organization that is helping combat that nonsense. Autism gets, I don't even know what people say. I don't even want to.
Well, I mean, I'll say
because it's so fucking heinous. Go on, Berto. But that's an angle that people know autism from, is because of the craziness, is what I'm saying.
The video is interesting because it like, from that little clip, it was very like sciencey and like equipment and syringes and so I want to go and take a look and find out more about it, because in my work, we work with autistic college students, and I don't know a lot about anything about that sciencey like side of approaching autism. A lot of what we work with at the university is the social and behavioral and academic side of things, which is really a lot more about like using tools, using not like physical tool, like being able to stay organized, being able to sort of like, how do you break down the barriers to academia for people who have autism. And so but in our office, like, we don't really ever talk about the science. Whatever was going on in that video is not something that we ever deal with. Like, it's not something for other like for other things. There's people who we look at what medications are they on, we look at are they in therapy, we look at there's a lot of things for ADHD, for bipolar, for anxiety, depression, PTSD, like, where we very much look at the medical side of it. Whereas with students who come in with an autism diagnosis or self-identifying with autism, it's a lot more just social and behavioral and that kind of thing, that our approach to it. So I found that video very interesting.
I feel like you're on the, I don't know if I want to say receiving side, but you're like on the, like, how do we work with what's going on side. And it looks like the Autism Science Foundation talks about science because they are more on the research side, in the like figuring out like what, like the back end part, to try to help people when they get to like your side,
right,
and being able to know what to work with or deal with, or how do we adjust. So that's awesome, because things evolve and we got to do research, and science is important. So Daniel, thank you for bringing this organization in front of our eyeballs. And it looks like he's running for his boys, which is great. Like many other people, it is the things that we want to support. Not that we want to support many things, but the things that we find close to our hearts are the things that are close to our hearts and lives. So that's awesome. And we're going to, like, you can also donate and support the Science Foundation, Autism Science Foundation.
Yep. And let's see here real quick. I think, so Daniel says in the comments, y'all, that the summary page here is really accurate. So I'm going to read that. I'm going to read that green part here real quick. Let's see what Daniel's saying here. I imagine that there's a multitude of accommodations that could be available. Some students may not feel comfortable with certain types of schoolwork or situations that would make them uncomfortable. Yep. And so this is from the Autism Science Foundation page, y'all. When people refer to autism, they're usually talking about the autism spectrum disorder, ASD. It's a brain-based disorder that is characterized by social communication challenges and restricted and repetitive behaviors, activities, and interests. Autism is about 4 times more likely to affect boys and girls. Didn't know that. And is found in all racial, ethnic, and social groups. There's no single cause of autism, although the best available science indicates a genetic origin. Typical ASD behaviors include lack of interest in other people and other social challenges, stereotyped actions, hand flapping, and body rocking, instance of sameness, insistence of sameness, I'm sorry, resistance to change, and in some cases, aggression or self-injury. In about 40% of cases, individuals with autism also have cognitive disabilities. So thank you, Daniel, for pointing us to the right direction for that. And y'all can find all of that on autismsciencefoundation.org. Daniel and I don't want to speak for him, but I'll speak for us. I'm sorry I don't have a graphic for it. As Daniel did tell me a couple days ago, and I just wasn't able to make a graphic for it. Is one of the things that I forgot that I said I forgot, Lauren. But that aside, remember, you never forget.
We're doing great. It's going to be great.
You never forget what you forgot until you're in the middle. But we are doing great, and Daniel supplied, the perfect information for that. So without further ado, y'all, we're going to get to Daniel's run here, and
Somebody's got a dog yipping.
Yeah, that's me. we recently in our way we adopted a deaf blind puppy, and so he is figuring out life with us and how to communicate his needs, and we're figuring out life with him. But he is absolutely like the most adorable little thing I've ever had in my home, including my children.
Oh, wow! Did they hear that? Right.
No.
Right.
It's like someone heard that.
Someone heard that.
Is this?
Oh no! It's a puppy drop.
This is Gizmo.
Aw.
This is Gizmo.
Bark.
Oh, Gizmo.
So wait, Gizmo can't see?
He can't see really. He can't hear. He wears a bell because we have to find him. You can't call him. And he's just a cutie. He's probably going to bite my chin because he likes biting. Because he's a bite. He also has a cleft.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot going on. But he's a cutie.
Yeah, he is. He is. Wait.
Look at that little.
Look at that guy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There he goes.
All right. Well,
Yes,
it's yeah.
That was
It's,
the eat my hair. Yeah, you are. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That was adorable.
it's time for Daniel.
That was the warm up for the Daniel.
Here we go.
Hey everyone, it's Dan on tap, Daniel Fisher. I'm here to do Mach 40 for 40 for the Autism Science Foundation, a lovely organization that really promotes the learning and the knowledge expansion in the world of autism. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Wow, that was like a
unprepared for
fancy.
that.
Oh, he's
Daniel.
Daniel, look at him. Look at
He's
Yeah, let
cooking.
him go. Look at him
Go! Watch out for
That's
the
a
wet part.
shoe.
Hey everyone, I have not tried to run that fast in a very, very long time. I'm extremely out of shape, but at least I did somewhat okay, I think. So I'm hoping
You did
everyone
excellent.
else has a really awesome 40 for 40 day. Be sure to tune next year where you can hopefully bring this time down a lot more. Peace, everybody.
Go, Daniel.
Yes, that was
man.
awesome.
That was awesome.
Good job, Dan.
Oh look, it's
Very,
still
look
going.
at that.
Stop.
Oh.
Okay. We've got the
He's
rundown.
got the whole- this is so fancy.
Yeah.
This is why it took a moment. Oh,
Daniel, that was amazing.
Yeah.
the hat.
Oh, it's a hat. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
hey,
now
Lost his hat
that's
and I
good.
lost my place in line.
That's because you were running so damn fast, Daniel. You were flying.
The wind just straight happened. That was great. Also, the editing, I was unprepared for the disappearing act.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, what's happening?
He just got beamed back 40 yards.
Happy Star Trek post day.
Okay, right?
Star
the
Trek
other day.
thing going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looked speedy from the get-go. I mean,
It
it's so
did.
small from far away.
It did. Yeah. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. No, that was great. Wow. Well, what a fun day. I know Greg's working on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
I just want to say thanks to everyone. Like, obviously the whole crew who put this together, and then all of our runners who have come on and, run in the rain and done some fancy editing on the fly and showed up at 7:00 in the morning at a high school track. And of course, everyone who donated or encouraged someone to donate or voluntold their father to do a kata 10 yards at a time. I really appreciate it. We all really appreciate it. And it's fun. I think, hopefully we had a good time, and we're going to leave it open. So look, even though, at the end of this, we're going to know who won, we're going to leave it open, and you can still pledge for who you thought was your favorite. And you can still potentially make Lauren and I do weird things. Yep. So Lauren will make a weird recipe. I'll come back on Brothers and Booze, and we could do a little wrap up, and I will shotgun any 12-ounce can of beverage, like actual beverage. You guys tell me what to do. You guys tell me what you want. Go. I was doing LaCroix because it was 8:00 in the morning.
I know it's too early.
Yeah. So, but like, if there's another canned beverage you would like to see me drink at an unsafe rate of speed, get us to $1,200 and then let me know.
Well, it looks like Lauren does have to bake a weird recipe already.
At least one.
Yeah.
Try and make me make two. We'll see. So
it's going to be like rendered pig hooves.
I mean, can we play a little nice?
Where do you even get buffalo fat at this, latitude?
You gotta. You don't have a buffalo guy. But yes, these are things that we'll be either posting or live streaming at another point. I know at least for mine, I would probably record and post, hashtag it so you can find it, because I want to commit, but also donate some more stuff and you can make us do even more.
I have Malort to send to both of you. So
and remember that I don't know what Malort is, and I'm not going to find out unless you guys get us to $1,500. And then I don't know if you can shotgun a Malort. Don't show me. I'm not looking at that.
Yeah, well, the thing
it's a secret. He doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to be surprised. It's a beverage, but he wants to know nothing about it. He wants to go in.
I know. I'm not going to look it up. Don't at me with your Malort story. You can tell me your story, but don't tell me what it is. Because if we get there, then I'm just gonna show up. We're gonna put it into an unmarked cup or something, and I'm gonna Malort my way to glory.
On the edge of Malort glory.
Malort, if you will.
Who's Malorting?
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about it. How about that?
Yes,
I have it. If we reach that goal, I'll be happy to send you some.
Excellent. Neither of us have ever.
I don't know if it's an alcohol. I don't know if it's a hot sauce. I have no idea what this is.
You won't know.
It could be some sort of kombucha. It could be. It could be anything. It could be literally anything. I feel like it's like one of my favorite movie scenes of all time is from. I think it's called This Is the End or something, where all the actors are playing themselves at the end of the world.
Yep.
But the opening scene is I always forget who's the good one. Seth Rogen, right? Is the good Rogen, not Joe Rogan?
Like, I thought you said who's the good one. Like
Seth Rogen. No, so Seth Rogen and the other actor's name I forget. But he's like, oh, I'm on a gluten-free diet. He goes, well, what's gluten? He goes, I don't know. It's just a catch-all phrase for anything bad for you. Like fat, that's a gluten. Sugar, that's a gluten. He has no idea what gluten is. And that's how I feel about Malort. Like, I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to find out.
Well, you will if we reach $1,500.
No, I'll drink it, and then I'll find out.
Yeah.
And then I'll look it up afterwards.
Then we will unpack it together. But yes, so if you want to see that happen, donate to the cause. It's gonna be great and dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like
Great and dangerous.
Kill Bruno Volume 2. Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
Well, Lauren, I know that I tend to send you TikToks and I have them with the recipe. There's a million bad recipes I've sent you that we were both like, what
Yeah.
are they doing? So yeah,
Yeah.
You have a lot to choose from.
It's true. I'm gonna, within reason. I'm not trying. Like, I'm not gonna can't gelatin. There's too many weird gelatin ones. But
This is
I'm
in the
gonna,
50s. So.
yeah, I'm gonna choose one that's not like super terrible looking. But it'll be great, and I will post it, and it'll be lovely.
Like a dessert that has beaks in it or something.
Like, okay, so there's this. I feel like this got very popular lately for some reason, but there's a guy who does this. I think his name is Dylan.
Dylan Thomas is Dylan Thomas, and he does old recipes,
like from like the 60s or 50s, and it's like
or the Great Depression. The Great Depression.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the
was the best.
60s. Like I was eating stuff from the 60s, like 15 years. Like my mom made stuff from. My mom was from the. Come on, the old. If it's not from like 1910 or earlier, I don't want to hear about it. Maybe 1920.
Okay. So yeah, I feel like he has a lot.
There's some you'd want to hear about from the Great Depression where they're basically like throwing together like, I have 3 twigs. I have 3 twigs and 5 pounds of baking soda. What can I make it?
Can anyone tell me what a pone is?
A pone?
Pone, like corn pone. Like what is pone?
I thought that was like I thought that was a Genuine song. Oh, that's Pony. Sorry.
That's no.
I am an idiot. Sorry, folks.
He is.
That wasn't even a bit. That was that Doug actually thought that. Oh my god.
Pone.
But yeah, I
Pone
gotta find
is-
out. What is it?
Pone is unleavened cornbread in the form of flat oval cakes or loaves.
There you go.
Okay.
Originally as prepared with water by North American Indians and cooked in hot ashes.
Okay. Again,
Nice.
within real, like I can't cook a thing in hot ash. So like I'm gonna look at for something.
Yes, you
that's-
can. Just go to Lake Merritt. Go to Lake Merritt. Cook up some
See,
coals, and then you'll have hot ashes.
I have at least one that I have to do because we reached 1,000. If you make it to 2, then I'll do 2. But there's other benchmarks along the way that Roberto and I have commit to.
I have a question. So are you actually going to taste test it? So we
Oh,
can
I'm
watch
gonna
you eat
taste.
it?
I am not guaranteeing consuming the entire whatever it is, but I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna try it. A la that dude. I was like, I will be inspired by this. I like to cook and bake things. I'll do that if people donate stuff. I'll take one for the team.
So I used to eat a Depression era meal that my grandmother made for me. And I think she was a little surprised because I would go stay at her house once a week and I would ask her to make this every single time. I don't know, but it was a baked potato, right? Cut open and laid flat with tuna salad on it and then some peas. Like you'd steam up some frozen peas. And that was the meal I had every time I went to my grandmother's.
That seems maybe okay because like tuna noodle casserole is like a thing that people eat, but like some of the things I was researching for this and I took screenshots of some like Reddit thread, but also some things from this guy's Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and also just the internet. But there's things like, I don't know if I could do this, but the ingredients seem doable. But there are things from maybe the 70s, like banana ham hollandaise, which I'm like, that sounds disgusting. But it is a thing that people made.
Yeah. All right. It's 9:30/12:30. Let's get
we can be done. Donate later, but currently,
are we ready
how
for
do
the
we do?
leaderboard? Are you ready to make these announcements?
No.
No, we're not, says Greg. Okay, we're still waiting.
He's gonna tell us.
Well, he came back on, so I thought.
And we can't hear you, Greg. If you're talking, Greg, we can't hear you.
You're like not muted, but maybe the other mic.
One last look at this, I think, is due.
Yep.
So we are at 10:30, y'all. We still trying to get to 1,500. Y'all would so oblige. It would be amazing. But if not,
amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So we've reached the amazing threshold. So we could be more amazing if possible. But
while Greg is doing his thing, I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask Roberto only because you have the back end access to the GoFundMe. Do we have a deadline or like when? Because we're gonna keep this open for like at least a week or two. I don't know.
No, I don't think we have.
have
It's
a
not
plan?
like a Kickstarter. It's not like, oh my
True.
gosh, if we don't do it by this time, then everyone's money goes back. Like, no, we can leave this open for a bit longer and see how it goes. Try to pump it up a little bit
Yeah.
with our new amazing supporter level. It is like a Kickstarter because we're like, yay,
Now,
supporter
do
level.
these things. Make us do the things.
That's right.
So if y'all are down for it, there's no scheduled guests on BIB, so y'all could be it next week.
Let's
How
do
about
it.
that?
Let's do next week. We'll do a recap. We'll do whatever silly things you guys tell us to do.
And Lauren was already invited to come to talk about little stage direction in front of everybody. Lauren was already invited to come talk about her upcoming important summit with all those wonderful women that she's going to be doing. So if she would like to do that, that would be great. But if y'all want to come and do your Malort shenanigans on our silly shenanigans,
we have to wait
stream,
and see what closes and if we make the levels.
Yep.
okay. But if we say, well, if y'all make the levels until Thursday, on Friday we'll have the shenanigans.
There you
That
go.
is speedy, and I'm not sure if that'll happen, but I like the thinking and planning.
Okay.
Give it a shot. We will give it a shot.
We've
But yeah,
at
I
least
feel like leaving it open at least a week, if not, if we wanted to do more, just
I
because.
think a week's good. We could plan a week.
Yeah, so like a full on give people through next weekend, and
yeah.
So we've already
that'll
confirmed
give us a
Roberto
chance.
will be. Yeah, and Roberto will be there, and Lauren, if you join us, obviously you know you're welcome.
Great.
So,
But yes,
that's
you'll have a
Friday's
week.
BIB. Y'all look at this.
Look
Coming
at
together
that.
in real time.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is why we leave things
And
open,
that's-
dog. It works really nice most of the time.
And that's another one.
Sometimes y'all get stuck with us, and that's not a. Well, anyway, go on, Berto.
Well, I was saying that's another week. We can also invite runners to come on and tell their tales.
We would love that, right, Doug? We would love that
For sure.
Right.
We definitely
That's-
would love that.
That's less of us talking, and that is better. So anyway, without further ado,
The race results.
Ta-da!
Look at that.
that's a 3 behind
Confetti.
Joseph.
Confetti is out
that
the
a
kill. It's
three?
like 5.38. It's like 5 point. Who knows?
It's
Well,
a mystery.
We've got a 5.38.
y'all
Joseph
want to see the confetti move? Okay.
There we go.
Check that out. There we go.
Now we can see everything in real time.
Nice job.
Oh, I like the ish for Kel here.
Yeah.
Yes.
All solid times. We are under 10 seconds, which is still very speedy, especially for a not to knock anybody who like does any level of athletic anything regularly, but 40 for 40 race. It's like, okay, we don't have to be the fastest in the world. We're just gonna run against each other and see how it goes. These are
Or be-
very solid times.
Or be ridiculous. That's
Or
the
be
other thing.
ridiculous. Have a good
That's
time.
that's my approach.
What I have mostly told people about this is like it's a fun with friends fundraiser, like very low key fitness thing that we're doing, and I feel like this is really encompassing that.
Awesome. I need to get all this. Okay, that's how we do it. All right. Still learning here. Anywho, Doug, I think I gave you 2 extra seconds, but I'll fix that in the post.
And Mike was at about like a minute and a half.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but he did that whole karate.
He did a
Right.
whole. That was a whole thing, though.
I mean,
That was
Kelso,
awesome.
we'll get him on. We'll add him on there.
Yeah.
Well, the leaderboard, I don't know. I don't know if the fun people have a place on the fast leaderboard. How about that? Maybe we need to make a fun leaderboard next time.
It's
Okay.
hard to have a
Yep.
leader, but
That's
it's just
tough,
more
though.
of a
That's
cool.
tough because Cal and Mike, I don't know what you do there.
Well, we'll get the brain trust together, and we'll talk about Cal and Mike because those were both very impressive in different ways, right? But those were both really, really quite nice.
Yeah, mine was not impressive. Mine was just dumb.
Yours was hilarious though.
Yeah, but
And
yours
Doug's always very funny. That's the thing.
and fast too. It's a mixture.
Faster
with
than
Doug.
you think.
I know. It's like, can
Kinda
someone
bizarre.
be in both, or do you got to be?
Yeah, it's
she's in
bizarre.
The running.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
raging?
I don't think
Doug
we-
always has to phase those lines. He has to have those lines.
we haven't drawn a
Not
hard
cut. It has to be hazy.
we haven't drawn a hard barrier between, like, what
Yeah,
if
it's like,
one year
usually
someone
it
comes
seems more
through
obvious.
and they're just like really goofy and in
fast.
costume and they're the fastest. Like, I don't know what I think, you know.
Like the possibilities, folks.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yep.
And Daniel, I don't know if you, Daniel, I think you missed Cal, but you got to go back and see Cal's, and I'm going to cut that up so we'll be able to see Cal's. But Cal's literally brought me to tears. So
Yeah,
that was inspirational. It was all that, and Roberto, you say what you want about, you said what you said about religion and our thoughts on it. I mean, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter to me in that angle. All those are well-meaning people. They're doing what they can. They support Cal and what she's doing. She supports them. It's all love.
Yep.
So I don't wait. What are you laughing at?
Daniel. Yeah, Daniel. I like this. There's the thematic ideas that we can also go through with a little more planning.
Yep. Yeah, Daniel, go back. It's worth your time. And if you're not able to get back there, like I said, I'll announce on our social media when it's out on our. Daniel already follows us on our YouTube page, so Daniel, you'll get those reminders when I upload each individual ones. But this one is literally there now, so y'all can go and enjoy it. Especially if y'all not sports ball heads, because in about 20 minutes, the sports ball and this is going to go crazy.
It's going to explode. So let's get out of here.
So let's get out of here. Wow. I like that. I don't think we have. I don't think we have anything else. Is it running in Days of Thunder?
I don't think so because he was driving.
No, that was Ricky Bobby where they had to run at the end.
No, and we're not trying to do any of those Mission Impossible things.
Fuck
Don't do that. Don't do that. Any of those movies, I've never seen any of those movies. Literally, I've never seen them. But I hear that the special effects and what Tom Cruise does is just insane because he doesn't even have a body double.
Nope,
So
he does them all himself.
insane. The whole thing's insane. And I don't even want to see it. It's going to make me feel inferior.
No way. There's no way he drove a motorcycle off a cliff with a parachute on. That was not Tom Cruise.
He did that. I've seen the video. I've seen him do it. I've seen it.
Yeah, I would not be. Hey, you want to jump off this cliff? Before you even include a motorcycle, I'm saying no. So
I want the motorcycle because I feel that's going to get me clear of the cliff more. My fear is if I just jumped and then I'm just like Homer Simpson, just like hitting things.
All right, y'all. So one last time for this, and one last time for
Mike also creative style.
Mike and Cal, creative style. Doug, creative style. I mean, it was just good. Daniel in the rain, JHG out there, other people running around. Lauren in the suit. Can't forget that.
It's gonna be great.
We had Roberto's kids behind the camera. I mean, we had everything. So my hair, Greg without coffee or alcohol. I mean, it was just amazing. It really was.
Wild.
It was wild. And I just want to, again, I want to thank y'all for involving me, especially Berto, and involving us here at Brothers and Booze, even though it's not Brothers and Booze. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say, y'all. Check out our YouTube page. We will strive to do better next year, as we do every year. If any of y'all would love the help, we would gladly take it. Yes, we are a 4-piece at the moment, but we would love to be an 8-piece, 10-piece. I mean, I know I'm not talking about chicken, but I love me an 8-piece chicken, Doug. You already know. That's how we got to where we got, Doug. 8-piece fried chicken. Man, those were the days. Anyway, shut up, Berto. Damn it.
I made a whole grip of fried chicken that I still have in my refrigerator, so I'm gonna have some of that for my brunch right now.
Yeah. Daniel says about Mission Impossible, y'all.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
They should have filmed.
Well, we all know Tom Cruise is. We all know Tom Cruise is a little. I mean, it's not. He doesn't have a full. Respectfully, there's not a full pie. There's a couple slices short.
Mm-hmm.
So, so it kind of makes it believable. But he's a great actor, and I'm not going to sell him for that. He's good at what he gets paid to do. So, I don't get paid to do anything. So, like Berto says, I'm out of here. Love all y'all. Thank all of y'all for support.
So much.
Thank everybody.
Thank you, Berto, for
Check in the BIB on Friday for updates. Hopefully we can get Lauren to do some shenanigans at some point. She's volunteered for it, so we're going to show you that somehow. Maybe it's on Friday, maybe not. We can record too. So Lauren is not going to escape, or Berto's not going to escape any of this.
Absolutely not. I'm committed. I keep my promises.
The OnlyFans threat was only a threat, y'all. It wasn't real. But look, money talks, y'all. So if y'all want to give enough money, I'll talk to Roberto on the side, and we can maybe
hook up some boudoir photos of Greg.
we can do something. If y'all put in enough money, I'll be able to persuade Berto, and really more importantly, Berto's wife about doing this.
OnlyFans.
Hey man, she's cool. We hung out, and she actually followed me on Twitter yesterday, and I was so happy. Anyway, with that said, y'all,
thank you so much to our
one last thing, Lauren.
Yes, just thank you so much to our runners, anybody watching, anybody donating, while we do this fun, silly thing with friends to do good.
Yep.
All right.
We'll be back.
Thanks, everybody.
Daniel is always great with the comments. Daniel, thank you again for your participation. And
editing.
Certainly, we'll see y'all next year. That is actually... Whoa, Berto. Let's see one last thing. I knew there was one thing.
Berto.
So we are hosting, y'all. It's next year on a Saturday again, y'all. The 10th is a Tuesday, so we have decided to go on the previous Saturday at 7 on the 7th. Time to be announced, of course, y'all. Probably 2 minutes before we go live, but we will get there. But it's Saturday, September 7th. Sorry. So save the date.
Just under a year to train.
We told you.
Start saving some money for the fundraiser.
Right. We've been warned.
Start running those ladders right now.
Start running those ladders.
Get that training in.
We're coming up with great
little buffalo.
Coming up with great ideas, because man, it's going to be hard to beat this year's ideas. I mean, across the board, y'all were just great. So
don't let that stop you, though.
And on that note, I'll see y'all in the after show. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers, y'all. Thank you.
Have a great weekend and a great Sunday and all that.
Yep. Ciao.